Easy FM at HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Easy Media Group station. This is Star Market Celtics Tonight. Download the Star Market Deals and Delivery app today.
Jalen forces it up over C.
No!
He tied it! He did it! Jalen Brown from the corner with 5.6 to go. Kick out, open. Tatum steps to his left, three in the air. Got it!
Big boys step up at the right time, man.
The Celtics are brought to you by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and presenting sponsor of the Celtics Radio Network. Please bet responsibly. Amica Insurance, your New England Ford dealers, UMass Lowell, Cambridge Savings Bank, Comcast Business, Bosch Tools, Kelly's Roast Beef, Catches Law, your New England Chevy dealers, Live Nation, Gulf Oil, Charles D. Sheehy, and by Ticketmaster.
Pritchard shovel back to Porzingis. Having a trail three. Got it! Boston by 14. Kyrie forces one out. Blocked by Porzingis again. Pritchard, half court. It's in the air. They got it! He did it again! Peyton Pritchard did it again!
Also brought to you by Clinton Savings Bank, Mass Mutual, VA New England, Town Fair Tire, FindMassMoney.gov, your New England Honda dealers, Corona, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Shaw's and Star Market, Brand, Northeastern DeMoore McKim School of Business, the Antidosi Baking Company, your New England Cadillac dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Confetti guns shooting green and white confetti and making the most beautiful blizzard you have ever seen. The Boston Celtics are world champions for the 18th time.
Now, here's Sean Grante and Cedric Maxwell.
And you're inside the Kia Center in downtown Orlando, Florida, where tonight the pivotal Game 4 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals between the Celtics and the Orlando Magic. Away we go. Thanks for sharing Game 4 with us. I'm Sean Grande, Cedric Maxwell on special family assignment tonight. He will rejoin us in Boston for Game 5 on Tuesday night. In the meantime, the Sports Hub has been kind enough to get us Brian Robb from Mass Live. He will join us shortly. Coming up on the fastest 30 minutes in the NBA, the Game 4 edition of Shaw's and Star Market Celtics tonight. We'll get you up to the minute on the health of Drew Holiday, whose absence in Game 3 was glaring. Jalen Brown remained on the injury report up until about an hour before game time. We'll update you on that. And take a look at some of the decision-making down the stretch in Game 3. Separate fact from talking head fiction as we break down Game 4. The Magic bench came to life Friday, not on offense, but on defense. Can they outplay the Celtics bench again? We'll explore, and will the physical play of the Magic continue to go uncalled? Because if so, it was the Celtics now who will need to adjust. We'll take our trip around the NBA. The Thunder are the first to reach round 2. The Cavs are the first team to reach 3-0. We'll check in on the controversial ending of Knicks Pistons today. And meanwhile, Aaron Gordon authors the playoffs' first epic moment that will live forever in the NBA zeitgeist.
It's Jokic. Zubac is on him. And this is for the win. Oh, it's close. They're going to call it. The buzzer. Did Gordon beat the buzzer? They're going to take a look at it.
We'll check in with the head coach, Joe Mazzulla.
It's the best. I mean, there's excitement, there's heartache, there's heartbreak, there's anxiety, there's physicality. There's all kinds of things that go into why you do what you do.
Well, coming up next, the first half felt like a dream Friday night, a recurring dream. Jason Tatum snapped back into action, dropped 20 in the first half, and the Celtics were on their way to a third straight 3-0 series lead. Then the uphill, all-terrain vehicle. The Celtics had been through the first 10 quarters of the series, beating the Magic at their own rock fight game, finally stalled. We'll look back to Game 3. Wagner, they get Porzingis on the switch. Shot clock at 4. Wagner starts his drive, scoops, and scores. 32 for Franz Wagner, 95-91. It's all coming up and more as we catch it down to Game 4 for the Celtics and Magic here in Orlando, top of the hour on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, a 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Earn your bachelor's online with UMass Lowell and grow your career options and earning power. You can easily transfer credits and accelerate your success. Begin May 19th with UMass Lowell.
You ready for the Celtics season? Yeah.
If you want your kids to love something,
big game for the Celtics tonight.
It's important to start them young. That's That's why Amica Insurance and the Celtics Shamrock Foundation are teaming up to improve access to early childhood education across New England so that the next generation gets the start they deserve. Amica Insurance is a proud sponsor of the 18-time world champion Boston Celtics.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth. Feeling smooth. Who said that? It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw. So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then? Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Cadillac knows that icons aren't just born, they're made. Just like the vibrant all-electric Lyric. Elevate your style in a Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the Boston Celtics, and me, Cedric Maxwell.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
I don't know. It might be a fight breakout or something because it's starting to feel like, it's not even basketball and the refs is not controlling the environment. So it is what it is. If we want to fight it, out, we can do that. We can fight to see it go to the second round.
Counterpoint, maybe not a good idea to talk about the fight and get drawn into it. That was Jaylen Brown. His comments getting a lot of conversation over the last 48 hours. Welcome back to Shaw's and Star Market. Celtics tonight, Jaylen Brown officially upgraded. No surprise, but he is available and obviously will play in game number 4 tonight. Sean Grande, Brian Robb sitting in for Cedric Maxwell here, so it's always nice to get a fresh perspective, a fresh view. I've already obviously led you down the path of what I think about the Celtics, talking about the officiating and the physicality. This seems to be a matter of not talking about it, but doing something about it.
I agree with that, Sean, but with some degree, I went back and watched a lot of that Game 3. Wendell Carter was throwing people around. And so that the Celtics, A, have to be ready for that in this game, and B, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to bring this to light publicly. Maybe the officials call a little bit of a tighter game tonight, but certainly we know one team is trying to go in this direction in that series, and the Celtics have to be ready to match that.
All right, no surprise. As we said, Jaylen Brown is going to play. That's our injury update brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured, not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. If this sounds like you, visit CatchesLaw.com. All right, before we look ahead to Game 4, pretty much the same matchup here. Celtics will go without Drew Holiday. Previous game recap is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Could have used Drew Holiday the other night. Bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub to get a no-sweat parlay every single day only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. The Celtics have put together one of the greatest road seasons in NBA history. They have lost 6 games in 39 tries in other buildings around the NBA. Yet Friday night was their 3rd game in this building this year, and the 3rd time they lost. Celtics reverse jerseys tonight. Celtics wear the home white, green letters and numbers. They will go left to right. Orlando, the road blue jerseys, white letters and numbers. They will go right to left. It will be Porzingis winning attack from Wendell Carter, and away we go. It's in the hands of Derek White. Tatum steps back on the left side and knocks down a 3. Uh-oh, he's right.
Who's coming to your town?
And the Let's Go Celtics chant starting early. Derek White deep on the left side against Carter. Find Horford, who runs to the left corner. His 3 is right down the middle.
Now you leave that dude. He's been almost automatic.
See this in all these series. By the time you get to Game 3 and Game 4, familiarity breeds contempt and annoyance. Cutting Banchero, catches, pump fake on Jaylen Brown, step back at 10 feet, it bounces in. Banchero is on the board after a brilliant 2 games in Boston, averaging 34 and 10. Banchero moving to his right, has Al on the switch. Banchero dribbling between his legs, pulls up 19 feet straight away, swish.
You're playing with that. That time, nice move going back. Hey, they hit that jump shot falling away.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. Banchero and Wagner have all 9 Orlando points. Al trying to stay in front of Banchero, who's going to pull up, shoot a 3, and hit it. This dude is doing everything right now. Tatum switches to that sore right hand, pulls up at the free throw line. Jumper's good.
Ooh. Oh, man. He said Carter's too small. Too small.
Tatum is 3 of 4. Jump in his step. He's got 9 points in the first 6 minutes. Sam Hauser still has not scored in the series. 26 minutes. He's having trouble getting it in bounds, and he throws it away. Picked off by Anthony Black, who dives in and scores. 9 straight for Orlando, and that's as ugly a turnover as you're going to see. Tatum pressured near half court by Black. Shoves him away, drives in the paint, finds the cutter. It's Porzingis, sidles in, 2-hand slam, and the foul. Boy, some bad fouls committed by the Magic here in the first quarter.
Now, Porzingis coming in on the backside. All of a sudden, you have Black coming in and just hammers down on it.
Jaylen Brown turns the corner, drives on Cole Anthony, stops down low, and Cole Anthony just grabs his arm, yanks him down, and Jaylen's hurt. Cole Anthony just grabbed Jaylen's arm and pulled him backwards.
Guys have a tendency not to foul each other hard, and when they do, it's just kind of idiotic. This was an idiotic play.
Tatum lobs it towards Horford, deflected by Banchero, knocked away. Celtics turn it over again. Wagner dives in all alone, right-hand slam, and the Celtics shooting themselves in the foot, and they are out of toes because that is 10 turnovers. Tatum fighting through a screen. Catches left side, pretty good look. It's in the air, a three, and he got it. Fourth of the night for Jason Tatum.
He just wants to get the ball right now. That's all you want.
He's having one of those nights. What a nightmare. You're a Magic fan. You're not expecting him to play tonight. You're a Magic coach. You're not expecting him to play tonight. Celtics fans didn't expect Tatum to play tonight. Not only has he played, he has dominated. Franz Wagner, bounce pass for Cole Anthony. Turns on Derek White, step back, 16-footer, got it. 7 straight for the Magic, and they lead by 8, 78-70, their largest lead of the night. A brutal second half so far for Boston. Derek White leaves the bounce pass for Tatum. Tatum starts his drive, goes around Wagner, gets to the cup, scores with the right hand and the foul. Jason Tatum goes to the right bicep, and now he'll go to the free throw line to remarkably, out of nowhere, try to make this a one-possession game. Franz Wagner, deep on the left side, dribbles into the elbow, spins on Porzingis and scores off the window.
Nice move. ISO one-on-one, beat his man.
Wagner, they get Porzingis on the switch. Shot clock at 4. Wagner starts his drive, scoops, and scores. 32 for Franz Wagner, 95-91. Tatum has the rebound, moves it ahead of Derek White. Derek White racing into the fourth court. He's got to lean to the basket, drives, two-hand slam. Orlando got turned around. They didn't get back in transition. It's a 2-point game. Derek White's got it. 5-second count begins. Derek White lobs it towards the rim. It is deflected. The game is over, and the Orlando Magic have won it.
Wow.
A brutal offensive second half for the Celtics, punctuated by 21 turnovers. They invited the Magic to get back in the series, and now they have. The final score in Game 3, Orlando 95, Boston 93. Not included there, obviously, was the backcourt violation. There were a couple of controversial issues. One was about how much time should have been on the clock after that, so there should have been a little more time left on the clock to begin with. The second was the decision by Joe Mazzulla to not foul, which Max and I argued about. I thought you want to extend the game here against a bad free throw shooting team. I'm going to ask Joe Mazzulla point blank. That's coming up later on here on Celtics Tonight. And then there's the bad break where you got the long rebound. It took a little time. It didn't even seem, Brian, you were probably closer to the court than we were, or a lot of the media was, on Friday night. They didn't even look to see if there should be more time put on the clock. Dave Pasch, and I watched the ESPN telecast, the replay of it, Dave Pasch and I both instinctively said, well, they'll put a little more time back on, and they never did.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. I know a lot of times that just a review triggers that, but they still have the option there. So when you combine the 0.5 seconds they lost there at the end versus another 0.3 they lost on the 8-second violation call, that was a big second that came up. That hurt the Celtics a lot, obviously, when they only had 0.3 left to end it.
A popular narrative is that the Celtics are playing Orlando's game and that their offense is getting stifled. Well, not so fast. If you go to halftime of game number 3, the Celtics this year have the 4th best offense in NBA history. They average just under 1.2 points per possession. In the first 2.5 games of the series, the Celtics average slightly over 1.2 points per possession. You're getting thrown by the fact the scores are low because the pace is being played at a slog, but the Celtics' offensive efficiency was fine. In the second half, 0.81, and the only time we've seen that this year, B-Rob, is the game in Oklahoma City, and I'm not bringing that up by accident because I think when all is said and done here, what is happening right now is preparation for the Celtics in a potential finals matchup with OKC, because although OKC is much better than Orlando, this is how they play.
No doubt about it. Orlando could easily be the best defense they see in the Eastern Conference playoffs. And they certainly are going to play the type of defense like you're going to see from Thunder. Lots of switching, lots of size out there. And the Celtics, like you said, have been faring pretty well against that. in this series, but in that third, you can't afford to have a 34-point half and 11-point third quarter. And I think tonight it all comes down to turnovers. That's what cost them this game, I feel like, in Game 3, and they're going to have to clean that up in Game 4 here.
And they're going to have to do it without Drew Holiday. B-Rob's Player to Bank on brought to you by Clinton Savings Bank. Our interest rates keeping you from buying a home. With CSB Safeguard Mortgage, you can modify your interest rate once within the first 5 years. Perfect for when rates go down. Apply at ClintonSavings.com. And we're FDIC, DIF, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm going to his backcourt mate, Drew Holiday's backcourt mate, Derek White tonight. A lot of attention's going to be on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. They're going to have to play in a crowd, but out of those 21 turnovers last game, Derek White had 0. So he's been making really good decisions all throughout the series. The Magic don't really have the guys to slow him down in the backcourt, and so I feel like he could be a good out. If they're going to play one-on-one there, stick to the shooters. Derek White's a guy who can make him hurt from both the three-point line and in the paint.
Forget he had a monster Game 1 shooting the ball. B-Rob's keys to the game, driven by your local New England Honda dealers. Contact your local New England Honda dealer for a great deal today.
I'm looking at the three-point attempts. Celtics shot season low 27 of them in Game 3. They're obviously, that's what the Magic are trying to do, but the Celtics need to get that number up a little bit. You need to get the, and so I think you start from the inside out here, Sean. You kind of make the Magic collapse more in the paint, open up the wing a little bit more. So if Tatum and Brown, Derek White, those guys can get going in the interior, I feel like that's going to open up the passing lanes and the three-point shot as this game goes on.
May I punctuate your keys with a fascinating number?
Please.
The Celtics have played 85 games this year. In 69 of those 85 games, they have attempted 41 or more threes. Only 16 times in 85 games have they attempted 40 threes or fewer. All 6 of the games against Orlando fall in those bottom 16.
Wow.
See?
That's what they do.
See, you're in the big time. You're on the varsity, man. You got to play. All right, still to come on Charleston Star Market Celtics on our conversation with Joe Mazzulla. We're going to bring that up. We're going to talk about the clock management in the final seconds of the game and, of course, the physicality and the margins, some of your favorite Joe Mazzulla buzzwords. We'll take our trip around the NBA just when we had this iconic moment, the first one of the NBA playoffs on the Aaron Gordon putback at the buzzer last night for Denver. We had 2 pulsating finishes earlier today in the playoffs. We'll get you caught up on all of that, but when we return, Sean Silver has Sports Hub headlines. It's all leading to Game 4 for the Celtics and Magic on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
The NBA 82-game grind is done. Ready for all the playoff drama? Get in on the playoff action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. DraftKings has been the home of NBA player props all season, and that's continuing all the way through the playoffs. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting something simple, like picking a team to win and make your pick. It is that easy. Here's something special for first-timers as well. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Hope is here. 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Boston Celtics playoff coverage on 98.5 The Sports Hub is presented by Charles D. Sheehy. Charles D. Sheehy is your local leader for pipe, valves, fittings, and mechanical products. CDS is proud to partner with the area's leading healthcare, life science, and lab contractors. Partner with CDS to keep your project on schedule.
The Piantadosi Baking Company is a local 4th-generation family bakery providing bread to New England's restaurants for over 100 years. You can find their famous Hearth French bread, rolls, and subs at your local supermarket. And be sure to try their new sourdough batard, hearth-baked with signature sourdough starter. The Piantadosi Baking Company.
Earn your bachelor's degree online, quickly and affordably with UMass Lowell. Visit uml.edu/online.
At Builders First Source, they recognize the dedication that contractors and builders put into each project. From early mornings to late evenings, consistency is key. Builders First Source is proud to maintain long-standing relationships with their suppliers, like Anderson Windows and Doors. Anderson is the #1 trusted window and door brand and America's most loved brand of windows and doors. Builders First Source and Anderson Windows will be there for you from day one until the job is done. National Lumber is a Builders First Source company.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Boston Red Sox piled up 15 hits, 4 for Jarren Duran as they took the rubber match of a 3-game series in Cleveland today, 13-3. They'll be north of the border to take on the Blue Jays Tuesday. At the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Blues even their series with the Jets 2 games apiece. courtesy of a 5-1 win. Hurricanes beat the Devils 5-2 to take a 3-1 series lead. Caps and Canadians just getting underway. The Kings host the Oilers in the nightcap at 9:30. Boston Fleet 3-0 winners over Toronto yesterday. They'll face Montreal tomorrow night. And the New England Revolution 1-0 winners over Charlotte FC yesterday. Your headlines brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Sean Silver. Coming up on Star Market Celtics tonight, Sean Graney and Brian Robb. They go around the NBA next on the BetMGM 98.5 The Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Some vehicles are simply made. Cadillac vehicles are made to be iconic, and whether that's being made to be vibrant in an all-electric Lyriq, made to be epic in a luxurious Escalade, or made to be thrilling with the dynamic performance of CT4 and CT5, Cadillac is always made to be bold. This is Cedric Maxwell, and I can tell you that icons aren't just born, they're made. Visit your New England Cadillac dealer, the exclusive luxury vehicle of the 18-time world champion Boston Celtics. And me, Cedric Maxwell.
The 99-cent sale is back at Shaw's and Star Market. Pick up participating items throughout the store for just 99 cents by the each or by the pound. Like Signature Select White Bread, Chicken of the Sea Chunk Light Tuna, Chobani Greek Yogurt, Broccoli Crowns, Eggplant, Sweet Potatoes, Vidalia Onions, Cara Oranges, Signature Select Pasta, Rice-A-Roni, Kind Bars, and more. All just 99 cents. Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Take care of business with CSB, the bank that always makes you feel like their only customer. Visit CambridgeSavings.com or stop by a branch to start your relationship today. Member FDIC.
All roads start with golf. The daily commute, road trips, reunions, even tip-off at TD Garden. They all start with golf. While most focus on the destination, at golf, they focus on the journey. And with the Golf Pay app, Celtics fans can score savings like 5 cents off per gallon every day, along with a fast and convenient way to pay. Golf, the official fuel partner of the Boston Celtics. It all starts here. See app for details.
To perform at the top of your game, you need up-to-the-minute skills. At Northeastern University's DeMoore McKim School of Business, we're not just keeping pace with the future, we're defining it. You'll gain business strategy expertise leveraging AI, data, and technology. Through transformative experiences, you'll prepare to lead with impact. Learn more at our weekly admissions events. Save your spot at northeastern.edu/business events.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Celtics and Magic getting set to go in Game 4. Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday out for the Celtics. Our trip around the NBA brought to you by your Boston area Chevrolet dealers. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealers. Find exciting offers, too, on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox.
Cunningham driving, pull-up jumper, no good. Harris battling, loose ball on the floor. Picked up Hardaway, 2 seconds left, puts up the shot, no, and the game is over. J.B. Bickerstaff is on the floor irate. He thought there should have been a foul called on the Hardaway shot.
Dave Pasch on ABC was right. J.B. Bickerstaff was right. Officials apologized after the game, said they made a mistake on the final call, that Hardaway did get fouled in the quarter. He should have gotten 3 free throws, and obviously, B-Rob, that is a referee's nightmare, changing the outcome of the game.
Yeah, that might have been the fastest NBA playoff apology we've seen. But it's certainly a situation now where you have bigger and stuff. Like the Knicks could be done in this series in 5 now. And we thought this was going to be a series where those guys would beat each other up for 6 and 7. But this game, Game 4 tonight, has a lot more weight now because Knicks took care of that game.
Much more pressure, and the Lakers are now down 3-1, beating that Target Center. Minnesota comes from behind to win that game. Lakers led throughout, 43 for Anthony Edwards, and outduced 38 for Luka Doncic. Minnesota leads the Lakers 3-1. They win that 116-113. We'll examine plenty more around the NBA, including that crazy Denver finish yesterday as we move along tonight. In the meantime, we've got Game 4 coming up. Our conversation with Joe Mazzulla next on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Boston Celtics playoff coverage on 98.5 The Sports Hub is presented by Charles D. Sheehy. Charles D. Sheehy is your local leader for pipe, valves, fittings, and mechanical products. CDS is proud to partner with the area's leading healthcare, life science, and lab contractors. Partner with CDS to keep your project on schedule.
With Clinton Savings Bank Safeguard Mortgage, you can easily modify your interest rate once within the first 5 years of closing your loan for a low $250 fee. Visit us today.
Member FDIC, member DIF, equal housing lender, NMLS number 422081.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Hey, basketball fans, ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on all the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Hope is here. Call 1-800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Massachusetts only. Existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 1 to 7 days. In partnership with MGM Springfield. Play it smart from the start. Live chat at GameSenseMA.com.
Dreaming about that backyard oasis? Plymouth Quarries can make your dream come true. You're going to do this once. Do it right. Get started at PlymouthQuarries.com. Plymouth Quarries. Excellence in stone since 1915.
Kelly's Roast Beef has been serving up mouth-watering made-to-order sandwiches since 1951. From their famous roast beef, slow-roasted, thinly sliced and stacked high, to golden crispy fries and creamy milkshakes, every bite is a taste of tradition. Whether you're grabbing lunch, dinner, or a late-night bite, Kelly's delivers the flavor you crave, fast and fresh, every time. Find your nearest Kelly's locations at kellysroastbeef.com and experience what makes Kelly's a New England legend. Kelly's Roast Beef, where the original still tastes the best.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the 98.5 The Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. He's the media group station.
And welcome back to Star Market Celtics Tonight. It's time for the coaches interview, brought to you by Star Market. Check out the Star Market app, earn rewards, and save on your groceries and gas with Star Market for you. Download the Star Market app today. And now with head coach Joe Mazzulla, here's Sean Grandy.
All right, Sean, thank you. Joe, if someone kept track of the words that they hear in this segment over the last 3 years, physicality would be near the top of the list. Intentionality would get some love. But you don't jump me.
Sorry.
It's not a game show. It's not like you're not trying to buzz in first. But margins would be very high on the list. I mean, it's not. I mean, you would have won if it was a game show. You would have won by buzzing in on that. But if Game 3 wasn't an example of every time you have used that word over the last 3 years, I don't know what was.
Yeah, 14 more shots, 19 points from made free throws. 26 points off turnovers and 16 or 18 points on second chance. So, I mean, that's the game right there. The game's won in the trenches, game's won on the margins, and you have to win that battle.
When you watched it again, as well as they did the things that they do, some of it had to be self-inflicted.
No question. I mean, defending without fouling is and the reason why you focus on those margins so much is because those are the things that you can control over the course of a long period of time, whether it's an entire game, whether, you're always going to make mistakes. You're not going to shoot 0 free throws. You're not going to get 0 offensive rebounds. But they're the things, if you do them with elite level of focus, discipline, and execution, you can control those. And so, they do a good job of testing those because of their talent, because of their coaching, because of, their physicality. And we have to be just as disciplined as we were in the first 2 games, just taking those things away.
And the obvious value of not giving up free throws, and you have had 2 of the lowest free throws allowed seasons in NBA history the last 2 years. But I think the piece that people don't realize is how it affects your offense and getting into your offense, because I don't know how many times I said 10 on the shot clock, 8 on the shot clock, 6 on the shot clock the other day, but it was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, we have to play faster regardless if it's in the half court or the full court. But, giving up offensive rebounds and getting to the free throw line doesn't allow for as much, flow offense where you're creating cross matches, where you're getting people, in space, and you're able to make those reads and decisions that we do so well. So we got to rebound. We got to keep them off the free throw line so we can get out and transition.
All right, run me through the end of the game, because Max and I, we haven't had a good fight in a while, but we kind of got into it at the end of the game about fouling versus not fouling. And obviously there was a bad break with the long rebound, the ball bouncing a couple of times. But it's funny, there has to be a hard and fast rule on one hand. On the other hand, that seemed to be right on the line.
It was right on the line, and it's funny. There's 3 other games in the playoffs that have gone right on the line right there, and I think if we would have got the ball in the paint, it would have been 2 seconds, and he would have played it perfectly. So, it's a situation again. It goes back to end of games, close games, especially in the playoffs. Everyone always focuses on the end, but the margins. If you win those margins, you're not in that position. But when you're in that position, you have to stick to a process of this is how we go about doing things. And we wanted to get a stop. Our guys were trained to call a timeout right away. It's just an unfortunate it bounce, and we got it later than usual.
All right, things are all connected. 16 times, and you played 85 games. 16 times this year, just 16. You have taken 43s or fewer, just 16. But, of course, that's all 6 against Orlando. 6 of those 16 against the Magic. It is not a surprise in how they are playing or what it is they are trying to do. But overall, have you been satisfied with the shots you have gotten, if not getting the threes?
Yeah, I mean, our goal is not to just come down and shoot a 3. It's to get the best shot on every single possession, depending upon how teams are defending you. And they changed their game plan from game 1 and game 2 to game 3. We adjusted well in the first half. We handled it, better in the fourth quarter. And we obviously did not handle it well, me included, in the third quarter. So we have to be better at that. But they changed their game plan, and we have to do that. But at the end of the day, we have to fight to get the best shot, possible on every possession, depending upon how we're being defended, and just continue to get better at that.
If you love to do what it is you do for a living, it seems like this is as good as it gets as far as the wonky nature of playing a playoff series.
No question. I mean, it's just it's the best. I mean, there's excitement, there's heartache, there's heartbreak, there's anxiety, there's physicality. There's all kinds of things that go into why you do what you do, and that's what the playoffs are all about.
And margins, right?
Yeah. I mean, you have to win the margins. I mean, I know it sounds cliche, but it's you can't get outshot by 14 and expect to win at a high level.
All right, we'll find out in Game 4. It's next on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Boston, 26.2 miles of pure grit, just like your engine, pushing its limits. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, fast, reliable, just like a well-oiled machine, will keep you running smoothly. Whether you're conquering Heartbreak Hill or tackling the daily commute, the team at Valvoline Instant Oil Change has your back. Get in, get out, get back on the road within 15 minutes. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, because life's a marathon, not a sprint. The official oil change of keeping Boston moving.
Today's game doesn't start with the tip-off. It starts off the court with all the work you put in. Putting in reps, putting out goals just to crush them, putting the doubters in their place, and putting together the right team so you can take what's yours. When you get ready, you stay ready to earn another W, because preparation is everything, on the court and off.
Mass Mutual is committed to helping all women plan, protect, and grow their financial futures. Learn more at massmutual.com/stay ready.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
It's all fun and games, even when you get poked in the eye, cut on the forehead, and suffer a bone bruise in your wrist until you lose. Friday night, the Celtics got Jason Tatum back and then left him alone as the 11-point lead he led in building in the first half got quite simply choked out. Tied at 91. Franz Wagner, deep on the left side, dribbles into the elbow, spins on Porzingis and scores off the window.
Nice move. ISO one-on-one. He's his man.
2 years ago, the Celtics won a Game 4 in Atlanta to take a 3-1 lead in the first round. Last year, they won Game 4 in Miami to take a 3-1 lead. Now, with the roster feeling more vulnerable by the day, a 3-1 lead doesn't feel like a luxury. It feels like a mandate. Celtics and Magic Game 4 is next.
This is Boston Celtics basketball.
The 1957 season is over. The Celtics are the world champions.
The Celtics are brought to you by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and presenting sponsor of the Celtics Radio Network. Please bet responsibly. Amica Insurance, your New England Ford dealers, UMass Lowell, Cambridge Savings Bank, Comcast Business, Bosch Tools, Kelly's Roast Beef, Catcher's Law, and by Ticketmaster.
The ball game is over. The Celtics have won the World Championship.
Also brought to you by Clinton Savings Bank, your New England Chevy dealers, Live Nation, Gulf Oil, Mass Mutual, Charles D. Sheehy, VA New England, FindMassMoney.gov, and by Town Fair Tire.
The Boston Celtics have won the World Championship for the 15th time.
By Shaw's and Star Market, your New England Honda dealers, Corona, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Ram, Northeastern DeMoore McKim School of Business, Piantadosi Baking Company, your New England Cadillac dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
It is banner 17. The mission statement is mission accomplished. It is banner 18. The mission demanded is mission accomplished.
Now, here's Sean Granty and Cedric Maxwell.
Kia Center in Orlando, and the mission tonight is to get this 3-1 lead. Celtics playoff coverage presented by Amica, the exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the Celtics. As a team defends its title, visit Amica.com today to learn more about Amica's award-winning customer service. Same starting lineups for Orlando. backcourt, even though they're not getting really any production out of it. Corey Joseph and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. We're going to see a lot more Cole Anthony, which we were calling for in the games in Boston. Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero carried the offensive load with Wendell Carter, who's throwing that load around in the paint for Orlando. Celtics tonight will play without Drew Holiday again. They'll sound like this.
Derek White, University of Colorado.
Jaylen Brown, California, Berkeley.
Jason Tatum, Duke University.
Al Horford, University of Florida.
Kristaps Porzingis, Baloncesto Sevilla.
Brian Robb sitting in for Cedric Maxwell tonight. I think it's safe to say that Kristaps Porzingis has quickly become one of the most beloved Celtics of this era. He's got to be better in this series. The numbers are not pretty.
It's pretty brutal. 0 for 10 from three-point range right now, 28% in the paint. And I guess the tough part about it for me, Sean, it's like in the paint, he has the mismatches down there. He should be able to, that's been his bread and butter all year long against those type of matchups. And I expect tonight he'll have a pretty big bounce back on that front.
It looks like Kristaps Porzingis in Dallas. That's what it's looked like in this series, which is something we didn't see at all. He was so ineffective in those post-up situations in Dallas. Just a very inefficient offensive player. And obviously in Boston, he's been great, but not in the first 3 games of this series.
It's a situation now, Al Horford, Payton Pritchard talked to practice. They have a lot of confidence in him, though. They've been him too all year long. And they know it's the supporting cast, not just him in this game. Sam Hauser's got to get going. Payton Pritchard only scored 2 points in that last game, so they're going to need some help beyond Tatum and Brown in this one.
It's funny because as good as Porzingis was last year, you can back me on this or not, he has been better this year.
Oh, yeah.
The content of his work has been much better this year than it was last year. The opening tip is brought to you by Gulf Oil. You can score 5 cents off per gallon with GoPay. Download the GoPay app today for the fast and convenient way to pay at the pump. Go proud to be the official fuel partner of the Boston Celtics. See app for details. Celtics in the home white, green letters and numbers. They'll go left to right. Orlando in the road blue uniforms, white letters and numbers. They will go right to left. Kristaps Porzingis will jump it up against Wendell Carter. Celtics won Game 4 2 years ago in Atlanta. They won Game 4 last year in Miami. Tonight they'll try to do it in Orlando. Magic win the tip. It's in the hands of Paolo Banchero. Moving to his right, over the shoulder pass. Carter puts it in his pocket. Hand to Franz Wagner, trying to turn the corner. He lost the ball. Banchero was able to save it with 10 on the shot clock. Return to Wagner. Horford slides his feet in front of him defensively. Carter comes out, sets the high screen. That puts Porzingis on the switch on Wagner, who pulls up from 18 and knocks down the jumper.
They've really been hunting Porzingis in this series so far in those 1-1 matchups, John. So good to see Wagner at least settle on that one.
Porzingis gave him the 3, but he was not as aggressive as he could have been. Once Wagner and Banchero step into that comfort zone, it's a different animal when they get into that 17, 18 feet range. Tatum, bounce pass, backdoor Derek White, lays it up and in.
It's a fantastic cut right there. Good to get him on the board early.
When the Celtics are Jason Tatum knocked down some crazy shots in 3, but those assist and rebound numbers are what tell you he's really engaged. Corey Joseph loses for Banchero. Derek White draws that assignment early on. Back to Joseph left side. Couple of Jones behind his back. Jaylen Brown in front of him. Joseph works his way towards the paint. Falls away in the baseline. Awkward shot is up and good. Joseph has only made 5 shots in the first 3 games of the series. 4-2 Orlando. Derek White deep on the left side against Joseph. Horford sets the high screen. Derek White turns the corner inside the free throw line. Banchero there, so the bounce pass out to Jaylen Brown. Works his way under the baseline. Banchero takes that away. Return to Derek White. Shot clock down to 5. Looked like Derek White jumped up and down, but the ball was deflected, so play continues. Moves left side. Porzingis deep 3, no good. Offensive rebound, no. Tatum kick out Jaylen. He is set. His 3 is online, but a little short. On the rebound, Al Horford deflects it, and it's eventually gobbled up by Joseph. When is Porzingis going to knock down a 3 in this series? He is 0 for 11. Franz Wagner goes left side for Banchero. Banchero falling away, feels contact, gets an early foul on Jaylen Brown, and Banchero will go to the line.
He's been living there in this series. I mean, honestly, he has all season. He's averaging 8 free throw attempts per game in the regular season. Just about there in this series right now, and it's a tough matchup for anyone.
He's not a good free throw shooter. 68% of the series. Franz Wagner is, but he has not been good, which again goes back to my argument about the end of Game 3, that putting Orlando at the free throw line is not as frightening as it would be with some other teams. First free throw is good for Banchero.
Yeah, the situation with the Magic, though, now, they, especially against the Celtics half-court defense, they don't have many ways to score outside of Wagner and Banchero. So it's a situation where if you can take away the free throws, you're in much better shape because their three-point shooting is just not there.
Banchero gets 1 of 2 in the line. It's 5-2. Orlando with the early lead. Jaylen Brown backs his way in the paint, draws 2 men. Kick out Horford. He's due, but his three is too strong. And a rebound for Wendell Carter. Celtics have missed their first distance. They're getting 3s up. 3 in 2 minutes against Orlando is a geyser of three-point shots for the Celtics. Franz Wagner falling away on the right side. Tough shot. Horford forced that. It is no good. Tatum grabbed the rebound, but loose ball foul. It's on Porzingis.
Yeah, really battling with Wendell Carter down low there. Carter had 6 offensive rebounds in game 3. He's been really getting after it there.
Joseph on the inbound to Banchero. Folks, the Celtics' offensive efficiency was fine the first 10 quarters of the series. Bad pass by Banchero. Picked up by Tatum. Wagner back defensively. Tatum just pulls up in transition. Bricks the 3 off the back iron. Offensive rebound, Derek White. He turns the corner, spins back to his left on Joseph, and in the last second throws back towards Porzingis. Joseph did a good job taking the paint away. Horford deep on the right side against Banchero. Finds Jaylen Brown against Caldwell Pope. Got clock. Jaylen going to have to force a 3 from the right side. No good. And the rebound belongs to Orlando. Carter. Celtics getting their 3s up, but they've missed all 6. See, Tatum forced that because they're just trying to get 3s up in the air. Banchero pump fake, steps back, trying to move it down low to Caldwell Pope, and it goes off him out of bounds.
It's a really great defense by Al Horford there. He's had a really strong start in this game and in this series.
Yeah, he's been really good defensively. The advanced metrics don't really tell the story. Jaylen Brown bounce entry. Here's Porzingis working into the paint, step back, dotted line shot. That is no good, and that was not close. Porzingis now 0 for 2, 34 in the series. Banchero racing down the left side. Horford reaches in, knocks it away off Banchero, out of bounds. And Al is playing that defensive card here in the first 3 minutes. Meanwhile, the Celtics are 1 for 8. Tatum puts it in the left hand. Starts to drive. Wagner reaches in to try to slap the ball away, commits a foul. Scal and I were talking on the bus over at Scal's like, man, Orlando's fouling on every possession. I said, I don't agree. They're fouling 3 times on every possession. And why should they stop?
No.
It's working.
That's the way they're going to get back in this series. That's their only path there.
Tatum lobs it into Jaylen Brown, turns on the baseline. Caldwell Pope in front of him. Former all-defensive guy. Jaylen turns in the paint, short little jumper, bounces in. And that was dicey. Jaylen was just staring at it, saying, please, can we get a shot to fall after the Celtics start 1 of 8? They're only down 5 to 4. Banchero deep on the right side. Now Wagner, left-hand dribble, creeps in, lobs it, and Slam Carter got in behind Horford. 7 to 4, Orlando by 3. Derek White lobs it. Porzingis rolling to the basket, not going to miss this one. 2-hand slam.
That's exactly what you need right there, Porzingis.
How many easy baskets have the Celtics had in this series? Joseph diagonal kick to the corner. Wendell Carter missed the 3. He was really good in the play-in game against Atlanta. Had a good finish to the season. Jaylen Brown against Banchero, stays with him and blocks the shot. Banchero timed it. Stayed with Jaylen Brown, blocked the shot. Here's Banchero going around. Tatum scoring on the foul. Calamitous sequence for the Celtics.
He's really impressed me in this series. I know we know his offensive game, but he's been able to hold his ground. And again, the block there, got the ball back in transition, and it's just a load once he gets into the paint. It's really tough to stop him.
Well, this has been his star turn. I don't think there's any question that Orlando is going to be effective. You think this is going to be the last time Orlando and Boston meet in the playoffs the next couple of years? You're not paying attention. But they have got to get some shooting around those guys.
Got to find someone in the backcourt.
And Banchero will become more comfortable. His free throw is good, 3-point play. Orlando by 4. He's got to become, he's not to become a great 3-point shooter, but he has to become a threat from out there where you can take him seriously. He's just so comfortable. We saw it earlier in the series where he just moved him to the 3-point line, 4 or 5 feet. Derek White enters to Porzingis, rolling to the basket. 2-hand slam, back-to-back for Porzingis, getting to the basket. 10-8, Orlando by 2.
Simple formula there. He's going up ahead of steam. He finished it off beautifully.
4.5 minutes into game 4. Corey Joseph, veteran, University of Texas, turns, moves into the corner. Wagner sets for a 3 and took so much time. Al Horford just swats it.
That's got to be
past the 3rd row. And that's the thing. Franz Wagner is just not comfortable shooting 3s. He takes forever to release it.
And now knows that. And he's that's like 3 or 4 deflections for him already tonight, Sean, between blocks and steals. He's been everywhere.
Very active. Franz Wagner, you can see he's got to get better. Quicker release on the 3-point shot, and he's going to have to start using that left hand at some point.
And he had an okay shot for the first 2 years of his career. Now it's just the last 2 seasons he's been steady at 28%. You wonder where he goes to this offseason on that front.
I think they got a new basketball. The first one went deep into the crowd. Let's go Celtics. A chant from the Celtic fans here. They normally that whole road trip in March, when fans would start that up, they get shouted down. By the end of the night, the Celtics would chase the home folks away. Franz Wagner moving to his left. Derek White in front of him. Wagner step back, takes the three on the move and hits it. That's exactly what we're talking about. Exactly the shot he needs to hit. 13-8, largest lead for Orlando, up by 5. 5 minutes in right now if you're syncing up. Al Horford moves into the corner. Jaylen Brown, left-hand dribble, fumbles it. Clean turnover by Jaylen Brown. Orlando found the ball. Banchero against Horford. Drives, runs it with the right hand. No good. Good job by Horford to not foul. Rebound Jaylen Brown. Jaylen's got to get going here. Driving into Wagner, knocks him over, scoops it up, no good. Very late foul call on Wagner. If that shot had gone in, they were going to let it go. Instead, Jaylen Brown will be at the free throw line when we return. 5:19 gone by in Game 4. Good start for the Magic. Orlando 13, Boston 8 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
This postseason, BetMGM, authorized gaming partner of the NBA, is making first field goal score wagers more exciting with second chance. Simply bet on any player to score the first field goal during any playoff game. If you're right, you win. But if your pick scores second instead of first, you get your stake back in cash. Grab the chance at getting your stake back at BetMGM, authorized gaming operator of the NBA. Hope is here. Call 1-800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Must be 21 plus. Massachusetts only. Existing customer offer in partnership with MGM Springfield. Play it smart from the start. Live chat at GameSenseMA.com.
Boston Celtics playoff coverage on 98.5 The Sports Hub is presented by Charles D. Sheehy. Charles D. Sheehy is your local leader for pipe, valves, fittings, and mechanical products. CDS is proud to partner with the area's leading healthcare, life science, and lab contractors. Partner with CDS to keep your project on schedule.
Pianta Baking Company is a local fourth-generation family bakery providing bread to New England's restaurants for over 100 years. You can find their famous Hearth French bread, rolls, and subs at your local supermarket. And be sure to try their new sourdough batard, Hearth-baked with signature sourdough starter. The Pianta Baking Company.
Hi, I'm Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Ketch's Law Group. Ketch's Law isn't just Boston's hometown law firm. We're your neighbors. All of our lawyers were born and raised right here in these communities. With 40 years of experience, we've fought for justice and helped thousands of Bostonians win over $2 billion. We're not just here to win cases, we're proud to give back to the neighborhoods that raised us. Visit catcheslaw.com today and book your free consultation. There's no fee unless you win.
Are interest rates keeping you from getting a new home or refinancing your existing home? At Clinton Savings Bank, we offer a wide range of mortgage programs, including our 5-1 adjustable rate product with a rate as low as 6.125%. This low rate is fixed for the next 5 years. Call John Ryan or Steve Turbide today and let them walk you through the mortgage process. Member FDIC, member DIF, equal housing lender, NMLS number 422081. Call 888-744-4272 for details about credit costs and terms. All loans subject to credit approval.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Don't take a timeout from your day to do your expenses. Do it over 30,000 customers have done. Switch your business to Ramp. Learn more at ramp.com/hub. Orlando by 5, 13-8. All these issues that the Celtics have been hearing about for 2 days. Not shooting enough threes, not getting offensive rebounds, too many turnovers. All those numbers, those margin numbers, favor the Celtics in the early going, except for the one minor problem. They're getting outshot, which you don't expect in the series. Obviously, just 5 of 9 for Orlando, but that's where the 5-point lead comes from.
Yeah, half of their shots coming from three-point range so far. 0 of 6 from deep still. That's not going to get the job done.
Right, and the Celtics, as we said, those numbers have been under 40 against Orlando in all 6 games, and they're on pace right now to make what? About 50, to attempt about 50, but they haven't made one yet. And here's the big number. Made threes. I don't talk about it a lot, but I have throughout the course of this series. Orlando doesn't give up a great percent. Their percentage defensively on three-point field goals is not great, but they don't give up a high volume. If Orlando can make around the same number of threes as the Celtics keep that number close, they're in great shape. They did it in the first half of Game 1. They did it in the first half of Game 2. Did it in the second half and lost both games easily. Obviously did it throughout the course of Game 3. And there's been 9 three-point attempts so far in Game 4. And the only one that's been made is Franz Wagner.
Yeah, the one thing good to see, though, from the Celtics early, Porzingis getting a nice 2 finishes on a pick and roll with Derek White and Jason Tatum. You'll see, hopefully, they'll build a little confidence for him.
And Porzingis missed his first 2 shots to drop to 9 for 34. That's 26%. In the series, which is hard to fathom. Jaylen gets the first free throw. He's been good for the free throw line of the series, 16 of 18. Incoming announcer Jinx.
He's been in 2 in the series after a tough regular season on that front.
Game 5, as you know, going to be a late start Tuesday night. So the kids get a nap when they get home from school. Jaylen Brown gets the free throws. 13-10, Orlando by 3. Might tip at 8:40. Could slide with Milwaukee, Indiana. So it's going to be a late night at the Garden. Joseph for Wendell Carter deep in the right side. Porzingis right hand to his face. Magic by 3 midway through the first. Corey Joseph left-hand dribble. He's got an opening, so it gets to the dotted line. Floats it up and in.
2 more from Corey Joseph tonight offensively than we have this entire series.
Yeah, they're making shots here early on. Orlando 6-12. Quick 3, no good. Scramble for the rebound. Banchero's got it. Jaylen Brown launched that one. Clearly a mandate for the Celtics to fire threes. Exactly what they don't do. That's not where the threes come from. Banchero takes one, and it rattles home.
Yeah, a little bit of a dare shot there from Porzingis, but Powell's in this series is shooting pretty well.
A dream scenario for Orlando. They're making their threes, and they lead by 10. 5:51 to go in the first. Tatum bounce pass. Here's Horford rolling to the basket. Lob for Porzingis. He puts it down with violence with that right hand.
3 dunks in 6 minutes for Porzingis.
But the Celtics are 0 for 7 from distance. Banchero, they dare him again. He takes again, but misses the 3. And the rebound for Jaylen Brown. Quick outlet, Derek White dribbles away from Banchero. Into the front court. Boston down by 6. Here's Tatum. It's Banchero. How many times do they play against each other in the summer? Tatum puts it in the left-hand drive. Scoops no good, but he's going to get his own rebound. Put it up and in. And the foul. And Jason Tatum was screaming about the foul as the whistle was being blown by Jason Holden.
But nice to see in the one-on-one situation there, Sean, and being aggressive there. They know the help's not coming. They're staying at the three-point line. Tatum can beat Banchero time and time again. We've seen it throughout his career, and he finishes the job after getting the putback.
So Porzingis, a couple of early shots, as you said. He made 3 in a row at the rim. Now, for the rest of the milk cart, we have Sam Hauser and Peyton Pritchard. They check into the game here. Inconceivable that Sam Hauser has not scored in the series. Not a point. 3-point play for Jason Tatum. And the Celtics cut deficit quickly from 8-3. 18-15. Orlando with the lead. 5:16 to go in the first. Banchero at it again with 7 in the first quarter. Overruns his dribble. Snatched off the ground by Anthony Black. Gets it back from Caleb Houston, who's the best 3-point shooter they have. Banchero has Peyton Pritchard on him on the switch. Shot clock at 3. Banchero pulls up, running into a 19-footer. No good. Tatum gets a hand on the rebound. Jaylen Brown saves it from going on the bounce. He's being harassed by Anthony Black, and he wants a word with the officials about Tatum. Pull up in transition, knocks down a 3. They're not going to miss all of them. Tie game. Celtics had missed their first 7. But Jason Tatum's 3 in transition ties the game. But clearly, point of emphasis to game 4. Get those threes up when you can. Banchero throws to the left corner. Anthony Black's 3 blocked by Al Horford. And it comes down to Tatum. Al Horford has been great here in the first quarter. Pritchard racing into the front court. Houston makes him circle back. Pritchard puts it in the left hand. Drives baseline. Keeps the dribble alive. Throws to the corner. Sam Hauser finally. A 3 from the right corner. The Celtics had the lead.
Perfect time to break the ice, and great probing there by Pritchard. He took his time under the basket, located Hauser in the corner, and gets on the board.
And he's taken 4 shots in 37 minutes in the series and had to score. Driving was Anthony Black. He wanted to end one, but Horford peeled out of the way. Ends the 11 Boston run, which came quick. 21-20. Celtics by 1. 3:50 to go in the first. Jason Tatum. Watched by Banchero. Backs it out of the wing. He's going to force one. It's a 3 from the right side. No good. Rebound Anthony Black. You heard the word I used to describe it. That's what it was. Black bounced past Banchero. At the elbow. Closed down by Horford. Throws back to Black. Goes around Pritchard. Gets in deep in the paint. Doesn't want to shot. So he throws it out to the wing. Deflected by Hauser. But Magic bounces right to Gary Harris. Goes left side. Banchero has time. Space to shoot a 3. But he missed it off the back iron. And the rebound belongs to Tatum. It's just not his game. Jaylen Brown throws the shoulder under Carter, gets to the free throw line, kick out Hauser on the wing. Bounce entry, Horford going to work on Houston. Al Horford hasn't put it to the floor yet. Now he has. Throws the left shoulder in, runs it up with the right hand. It's up and good. Al Horford turning back the clock. 23-20. Boston by 3. 2:57 to go in the first. Banchero, dug by Pritchard. Moving to his right side, draws the foul. and he will get back to the line when we return. But the Celtics have come to life. 2:53 to go, opening quarter of Game 4. Boston 23, Orlando 20 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Whether you're carpooling the kids to the gym or catching a game at the Garden, those parking lots have one thing in common: Ford SUVs. Because whether you're hauling gear to practice or getting the gang together on Causeway, there's a Ford SUV that's just right for you and your crew, including the Ford Explorer with seating for up to 7 and the Bronco Sport with standard GOAT modes and 4x4 capability. Make your next stop your New England Ford dealers.
We only get 48 minutes together. A few times a week, a few months a year. 48 minutes.
Big game for the Celtics tonight.
Where the 72,000 square miles of New England are focused on nothing but 94 feet of parquet. Because it's us versus the world, and the world versus the world champs. At Amica, we show up for New England, like New England shows up for the Celtics.
The NBA 82-game grind is done. Ready for all the playoff drama? Get in on the playoff action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. DraftKings has been the home of NBA player props all season, and that's continuing all the way through the playoffs. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting something simple, like picking a team to win and make your pick. It is that easy. Here's something special for first-timers as well. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SPORTSHUB. That's code SPORTSHUB for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Hope is here. 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
The 99-cent sale is back at Shaw's and Star Market. Pick up participating items throughout the store for just 99 cents by the each or by the pound, like Signature Select White Bread, Chicken of the Sea Chunk Light Tuna, Chobani Greek Yogurt, Broccoli Crowns, Eggplant, Sweet Potatoes, Vidalia Onions, Cara Oranges, Signature Select Pasta, Rice-A-Roni, Kind Bars, and more. All just 99 cents. Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
It's Jokic. Zubac is on him. And this is for the win. Oh, it's close. They're going to call it. The buzzer. Did Gordon beat the buzzer? They're going to take a look at it.
He did, and we have the first signature moment of the NBA playoffs on the Denver win at the buzzer. As Aaron Gordon put it home, you heard my friend, the iconic Kevin Harlan, calling it, sort of. 2 years ago, Kevin Harlan, Dave Pash, and I had her the day after Game 6 in my poor wife had to sit there and listen to the three play-by-play guys commiserate how we did not get the call that Derek White put back because we didn't know whether it counted or not. And the same situation yesterday, but Denver wins that game. I thought they were in a world of trouble against the Clippers, and suddenly they've got home court back.
Looked like, what was the better buzzer beater in your mind, White or Gordon there?
Well, White obviously was a Game 6 to force a Game 7 and obviously put the Celtics on the brink of history. If Denver wins the series, though, that'll be a conversation as Banchero misses the first free throw. It's a great lesson. I got asked a lot of questions. Like, do you wish you had just called it as if he made the shot and hoped you were right? And there's a great question, but the answer is, of course not, because the officials decide when a game is over, not the broadcaster. 1-2 for Banchero, 23-21, Boston by 2. Officials certainly decided who won the next game tonight. Pritchard, bounce entry for Tatum in the corner. Tatum with 12 on the shot clock, throws the shoulder into Anthony Black. Step back, tough 12-footer is good, and that's just Tatum being really physical. And Anthony Black, who's been good in this series. Celtics have a 4-point lead, their largest. 25-21, and it's going to be Boston ball. Orlando turns it over. We're going to give that to Black.
Good ball, Pritchard. Pressure by Pritchard there.
How good has Al Horford been defensively? Cornette is in with Tatum, Pritchard, and Horford. Hauser here in the fourth quarter. 2:17 to go. Boston by 4. Here's the entry to Tatum in the corner. He is getting jostled. Can't knock him off the spot. Tatum falls away at the elbow. Jumper is no good. Offensive rebound to Cornette. Kick out. Hauser, he's going to try it. Put back deep. Three is good. He's back.
Just a huge deal for him in this series. I'd only taken 4 shot attempts in 3 games before tonight, John. Now he already knocked down his first 2.
18-3 is the Boston run. Celtics go from down 8 to up 7. 1:48 to go in the first. Driving right side, Banchero on the Hauser hunt. Draws the foul. I don't know how much contact there was, but you know with Banchero driving on Hauser, you're going to hear a whistle.
Banchero already having 8 shot attempts in this game already. He's really just trying to get it up, but the Celtics limiting him to 2 makes so far.
Pavlovian response is to look at Matt Reynolds to see if he has his head buried in the iPad. But as we have learned over and over again, first of all, you don't want to challenge when Banchero is shooting free throws. He's just not reliable. He misses another one. And how valuable, it's not just being right or wrong in a moment. J.B. Bickerstaff used his challenge early today. Didn't have it for the end of the game. The officials admitted the mistake. If J.B. Bickerstaff has his challenge, Detroit wins game 4. And that series is 2-2. Instead, Knicks will go for the closeout Tuesday night at Madison Square Garden. If you're wondering why, as Banchero gets the second free throw, the Celtics lead by 6. Celtics are on NBA TV for the first time in 7 years in the playoffs on Tuesday nights because TNT took Detroit and New York. Visually, you can certainly understand why, watching this rock fight for 3.5 games. Jason Tatum with Boston up by 6, hounded by the veteran Gary Harris. Spins back to his left, falls away in the baseline. Very tough shot is good. My goodness. Tatum is rolling. Celtics by 8. Double-figure first quarter for Jason Tatum. 8-point lead for Orlando is now an 8-point deficit. 1:11 to go in the first. Franz Wagner moving to his right behind a Jonathan Isaac screen. Whips to the left wing. Banchero jumps into another 3 and hits it. He gets 3 of 9. 4 of his 9 shots have come from 3. Lead is 5, 30-25. Pritchard against Isaac. Here's the bounce pass. Tatum goes the body into Harris. Kick to Pritchard. This is a crazy deep 3. There's no good. Cornette bats the rebound up, and then it comes down to Anthony Black. Celtics is doing a lot of that the other night, just instead of grabbing it, just punching at it. Orlando trying to make it a 1-possession game now. 2 for 1, 35 seconds to go in the quarter. Turns, drives, runs it with the right hand, no good. Scramble for Wagner's got it, but loose ball foul on the Celtics, possibly Pritchard. Yes.
Tough matchup against Jonathan Isaac from the size standpoint for Pritchard, but the Celtics are fighting down there. They're keeping Orlando off the glass for the most part, so improved effort from game 3 on that front.
So the Celtics now over the limit, so Jonathan Isaac will get free throws here. Among the issues for Orlando, just not a good free throw shooting team pretty much all the way throughout the year. 77% for the season. Franz Wagner has been the most reliable guy. He's not been good in the series. First free throw is good for Isaac.
It's fascinating that he's just been their backup center in this series and only limited to 18, 20 minutes a game. He's a guy who's gotten hurt a ton in his career, but I wonder if he would develop into a little bit more in this series, but they're kind of keeping close tabs on him.
Anthony Black has played well, and I am the first to say that. I do not understand where Cole Anthony has been. The only game he played bigger minutes was the game they won in game 3. I was shocked at how little he played in the games in Boston. Isaac gets the free throws. Boston's lead quickly down to 3. 5 straight here for the Magic, 30-27. 16 on the shot clock, 23 on the game clock as we count down to the first quarter. Tatum 10 points, 5 rebounds, moving to his left. 5 Porzingis rolls towards the basket, draws contact and a foul. He runs it up and in, but I don't think they're going to count that. And Orlando on a foul to give. That will cut the differential on the clock's down to 3.7. Tatum will trigger the side of the bounce against Isaac. Forces it in towards Derek White. That was dangerous. He was getting dogged by Anthony Black. 8 on the shot clock, 12 on the game clock as we count it down to the first quarter. Derek White moving to his right against Carter. Going to attack him, gets in deep, pump fake, flips it up and in. Took him off balance with a pump fake, leaves the Magic 5.5. Anthony Black hits half court, so stop the ball. Anthony Black goes the distance and scores at the buzzer. Inexcusable. The Celtics give away a bucket at the end of the quarter. And one in Game 4. Boston 32, Orlando 29. On the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
DraftKings has the tools to help you play within your limits. Don't budge on your budget. With the options to set time limits and deposit limits, schedule time away from play, manage your payment methods, and keep track of your recent stats. You'll have all the tools to create a winning game plan. Because when it comes to betting, it's more fun when it's for fun. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rg.draftkings.com for more info.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Ooh, yeah!
That couldn't have been.
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed, yeah. A.K.A. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Ooh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a...
All roads start with golf. The daily commute, road trips, reunions, even tip-off at TD Garden. They all start with golf. While most focus on the destination, at golf, they focus on the journey. And with the Golf Pay app, Celtics fans can score savings like 5 cents off per gallon every day, along with a fast and convenient way to pay. Golf, the official fuel partner of the Boston Celtics. It all starts here. See app for details.
Win some, lose some, but always be in the know. At DraftKings, we put your play and performance history all in one place with the My Stat Sheet tool. Get a breakdown of your recent activity with an overview of your deposits, withdrawals, contests, wagers, and more. Use My Stat Sheet to stay on top of your spending so you can stay on top of your game. Because when it comes to betting, it's more fun when it's for fun. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rg.draftkings.com for more info.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Ford F-150 first quarter of Game 4 was brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in to get employee pricing on the full lineup of vehicles. Ford, from America, for America. Celtics lead by 3, 32-29. As we go to the second quarter of Game 4, Orlando led by 8. Celtics led by 8. Both teams chipped their way back in. Celtics have cleaned up all those margins that Joe Mazzulla was talking about before the game. But Orlando is shooting it as well as they have in the series, and that's why they only trail by 3. Hauser's knocked down a couple threes. Porzingis hit 3 shots in a row. Celtics begin the second quarter with Hauser, Pritchard, White, Porzingis, and Jaylen Brown. Tatum sits for the first time. Pritchard on the right side. Here's the entry. Jaylen Brown against Cole Anthony. One dribble. Jaylen turns the corner, elevates at 8 feet. Jumper short. Rebound. Porzingis got a hand on it, but it comes down to Jonathan Isaac. Jaylen Brown now 1 for 6 to start Game 4. Wagner attacking the middle of the floor. The wraparound pass. He misses Isaac with it, and Jaylen Brown chased it down. His pass deflected by Isaac out of bounds, and Orlando turning it over here. That's the 4th turnover for the Magic. Derek White. It's a hard screen from Hauser. That could have been a foul. You know what? It is a foul. That was silly.
You don't see many moving screens on Sam Hauser all year, but he tried. Didn't. It looked like he was going to get away with it for the second, but based on the Magic reaction, they went the other way with it.
That's just the second turnover for the Celtics, who largely gave away Game 3 with 21 turnovers. Orlando still doesn't have an offensive rebound. Wagner drives, lobs it up for Isaac. That looked like it was going to go in anyway, but Isaac helps it home. And the Magic here on a 9-2 run to get back within 1, 32-31. A minute into the second quarter of Game 4. Derek White. Porzingis deep on the left side. Bounce pass. Finding White. And he runs right into Gary Harris. Runs it up and in. Scoring. The foul was an obvious one as Derek White was falling down. He was so close to the basket. He just decided to try to muscle it up and in. He did. And a chance for three.
I don't know how he got that ball up, Sean. Gary Harris pretty much tried to wrap him up entirely there. The ball kind of deflected off him, and he got back control and flew up there here to potentially complete the three-point play.
Whatever urgency there was already for the Celtics here in Game 4 to try to take a 3-1 lead was exacerbated by the Knicks winning both games in Detroit. To take a 3-1 lead, they can close out that series Tuesday night. They'll play about an hour ahead of the Celtics. I think anybody expected the Knicks to be in the second round before the Celtics. For good for Derek White, 35-31. Boston by 4. Cole Anthony blows by Jaylen Brown. Gets deep in the paint. Bad pass for Isaac, though. It pinballs around, rolls on the ground, diving to the floor. Sam Hauser, and he comes up with it, and he got stepped on and fouled. Those are winning plays. And the Celtics bench knows it, and they run off the floor to greet Sam Hauser. As Jamal Mosley going to grab a timeout. Minute 25 gone by in the second quarter of Game 4. Boston 35, Orlando 31. On a BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Hey, basketball fans, ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on all the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Hope is here. Call 1-800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Massachusetts only. Existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 1 to 7 days. In partnership with MGM Springfield. Play it smart from the start. Live chat at GameSenseMA.com.
Big thanks to Kelly's Roast Beef for their generosity. For every three-pointer Boston hits this month, they'll donate $33 to one mission, helping kids fight cancer, up to $10,000. Kelly's Roast Beef, home of the original three-way. Proud to be local, always original.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Hey, it's Felger here for Cambridge Savings Bank, my official bank. Whether you're looking to grow your successful business or start a new venture, count on Cambridge Savings Bank for service and support at every step of your journey. Member FDIC.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Celtics Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Amica Insurance. They're proud to be the exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the 18-time champion Boston Celtics. When it comes to protecting the life you built, trust your insurance need to Amica's award-winning service. Visit Amica.com and get a quote today. And Brex, a leading AI-powered spend platform for modern companies. Proud to be the official corporate card and spend management partner of the Boston Celtics. Visit Brex.com today to get started. From the home of the Celtics, thank you for joining our winning team.
The home of the Rams, the Sports Hub.
Celtics up by 4, 35-31 early in the second quarter of Game 4 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Back here in the Amica Insurance broadcast booth. Brandy, B-Rob in for Cedric Maxwell, enjoying the weekend, celebrating his mother's 90th birthday. In North Carolina this weekend, Max will be back. He's got plenty of time on Tuesday to get back to Boston because, as you know, very late start. To accommodate NBA TV, there are 4 games on Tuesday, and 3 of them are in the Eastern time zone, which is why the game is so late. And the 4th game is in the Central time zone, I believe. It's actually going to be in LA, right? Because that's game 5 for Minnesota and the Lakers. But 3 games in the Eastern time zone, so you try to stagger them. If the Pacers had swept Milwaukee, Celtics would have played at 7 o'clock, but because you have a doubleheader on NBA TV, you have 1 game at 6 and 1 game at 8:30, and the Celtics will be more of the primetime choice. If you're wondering, I'll let you think about it for a second. When is the last time a Celtics playoff game got bumped to NBA TV? You're on the clock. Celtics by 4, 35-31, 10:35 to go in the first half. Interesting timeout by Jamal Mosley because things have been going well score-wise for Orlando, but I don't think he liked the flow very much. These are the minutes when Banchero's out of the game. These were brutal in Boston for the Magic, but they were good without Banchero in Game 3 on Friday. Derek White, deep on the left side, throws the shoulder into Gary Harris. Hauser sets a legal screen this time. Derek White picks up his dribble, enters to Porzingis against Cole Anthony. Porzingis has the ball slapped away, but Cole Anthony just fouls every time down. I bet He and his dad got to be proud. He watched all those tapes of his dad playing like this 30 years ago in those Knicks teams in the 90s where they could only call one foul per possession. So get your money's worth. Porzingis will get free throws. First one's good. He has a good free throw shooter, but just 14 of 21 in the series. All the margin numbers exactly the way you'd want them for the Celtics, but you don't expect Orlando to shoot 50% and have the same number of made threes. That's a big number we talked about in this series. Porzingis gets the free throws. Celtics score 5 straight, lead by 6, 37-31. 10-18 to go in the first half of Game 4. Anthony Black. Handoff for Franz Wagner. He's getting dogged by Pritchard. Gets a screen from Isaac, turns, drives, throws to the corner, elevating his back for 3. Air ball. Rebound, Hauser. He's falling out of bounds, but he gets it away to Pritchard. Just can't shoot. Pritchard gets away from into the front court. Isaac waiting for it. Porzingis wants it in the paint. That's where Derek White's going to go with it. Against Black. Porzingis falling to his left. Step misses at the cup, and he gets fouled in the scramble for the rebound.
Yeah, Black guessed wrong there, and Porzingis pivoted well to the hoop, but couldn't finish it off, but got the offensive rebound. Again, he's missing a lot of makeable looks here, but he's building some momentum right now with the dunks, and this is easily his best game of the series so far in the first 18 minutes here.
And that is a loose ball foul, so no free throws. Now Banchero will return. -3 with Banchero, -3 without him. Down by 6 with 9:45 to go in the first half. Jaylen Brown against Franz Wagner. Jaylen a rough start, pump fake. Wagner doesn't go for it. Kick out Porzingis. Porzingis can't drive on Isaac, but he switches to the right hand to create a 17-footer, but it's no good. And the rebound belongs to Isaac. Richard trying to get up in the face of Banchero. Trying to swat him away like a fly. As he comes across half court. Banchero used the Isaac screen, still wearing. So kick back to Isaac, who's open for 3. Bolden. Yikes. They can't shoot. Jaylen Brown. Offensive end against Wagner. Switches to the left hand. Drives strong. Hangs in the air. Misses the layup. Boy, Jaylen Brown can't buy one here in the first half. He is at a rough go. 1-7. Celtics still by 6. Wagner for Banchero. Pulls up 19 feet. Too strong. Rebound Porzingis. Outlet Jaylen Brown. Celtics have a 2-on-1. They've been rare. Bounce pass right through Derek White. Bad pass by Jaylen Brown. And Banchero comes up with a loose ball. Celtics turn it over again. Banchero. Handoff. Franz Wagner flips it up and in. He's got to get Jaylen Brown unlocked here. 37-33. Boston by 4. 8:32 to go in the first half. Jaylen lobs it in. Porzingis catches. No one in front of him, so he scores off the glass.
Just the best formula for Porzingis tonight. Just work that pick and roll. He's getting out of it quickly, and he's getting the open looks.
This is the design against Orlando. If they're going to take the threes away, then you go to the 7'3" guy in the paint.
Yep.
Banchero drives on Derek White, who gobbles him up, and a very late foul call on Derek White.
I bet Matt Reynolds going to take a look at this one. Derek White got a lot of ball there, and he looks pretty adamant about it, but we'll find out quickly.
Derek White did not look back at the bench or signal to the bench. It's usually the first indication. It's also not a free throw situation.
So definitely not a challenge.
And it is the first foul against Derek White. So you got to use him and use him wisely. The art of the challenge. Franz Wagner pushes back to Wendell Carter. Banchero deep on the left side. Banchero challenged by Derek White. Moves into the left corner. Caldwell put 3. Not even close. His nightmare continues. Rebound for Derek White. Caldwell Pope now 3 of 18 in the series. Boston by 6. Porzingis has a pretty good look at the left side. 3. Got it. Sam Hauser gets his first 3s of the series. Kristaps Porzingis gets his first 3 of the series. Celtics had the largest lead. Timeout, Jamal Mosley. 7:45 to go in the first half of Game 4. Boston 42, Orlando 33 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
As the Celtics prepare to defend their title, they know they'll have to protect home court. At Amica Insurance, they understand how important it is to protect the things that matter most to you. They put in the time to make sure you're taken care of. Whether it's talking through the details of your coverage or following up after a claim. Your auto, home, and life insurance are more than just policies. They're protection for the life you've built. Visit Amica.com and get a quote today.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Boston, 26.2 miles of pure grit, just like your engine, pushing its limits. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, fast, reliable, just like a well-oiled machine, will keep you running smoothly. Whether you're conquering Heartbreak Hill or tackling the daily commute, the team at Valvoline Instant Oil Change has your back. Get in, get out, get back on the road within 15 minutes. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, because life's a marathon, not a sprint. The official oil change of keeping Boston moving.
To perform at the top of your game, you need up-to-the-minute skills. At Northeastern University's DeMoore McKim School of Business, we're not just keeping pace with the future, we're defining it. You'll gain business strategy expertise leveraging AI, data, and technology. Through transformative experiences, you'll prepare to lead with impact. Learn more at our weekly admissions events. Save your spot at northeastern.edu/business events.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Celtics on a 10-2 run have their largest lead of Game 4, up by 9, 42-33. A lot of good signs here. Hauser finally getting going. Porzingis hits his first 3 of the series. Celtics winning the margins and now winning the game. Thanks to Kelly's Roast Beef for their generosity. Every 3 the Celtics hit, they'll donate $33 to one mission helping kids fight cancer. Kelly's Roast Beef, home of the original 3-way, proud to be local, always original. So Orlando needs to keep the number close, and they have. Orlando's made 3 from distance. The Celtics have only made 4. That's why that 9-point deficit is troubling for Orlando, and why maybe Jamal Mosley's already taken 2 timeouts here in the quarter.
It's a situation, though, Sean. I love how I feel like the Celtics have had more easy looks in this game than they've had in the last 3 games combined so far. A lot of dunks that they're in for Porzingis, a lot of nice passes in the seams there. So they're attacking the Magic with the shots they're giving up in the interior, and that bodes well potentially for opening up the 3-point line even more as this game progresses.
42-33 is the Celtics lead. Celtics now out shooting Orlando. Celtics had a really bad start from 3 until Tatum made one mid-late first quarter. Celtics had missed their first 7, so they're now 4 of their last 6. Including 1 from Porzingis, a couple from Sam Hauser. Magic return to the floor with Banchero, Wagner, Joseph, Caldwell-Pope, and Carter starting 5 on the floor here with 7:36 to go now in the first half. Peyton Pritchard has got that little dog defense here on Banchero. He is just chewing at his ankles. Banchero puts it to the floor with the left hand, gets to the baseline. His jumper bounces in. He got a few of those bounces, too. Banchero's up to 12, 14 now. 42-35. Celtics by a touchdown. 7:15 to go in the first half. Derek White whips the entry to Pritchard. He's in deep, 2 Magic there. Pritchard doesn't look at the rim. Instead goes to the corner. Hauser on the move, misses the 3. And the rebound belongs to Carter. Banchero into the front court. Hauser backpedaling. So Banchero steps back behind the line. This is the 3. Rebound comes right back to him on a string. And his 12-footer is perfect.
Yeah, Hauser took himself out of the play there, contesting a 3. And then Paul follows up with an easy one.
Turnover. Caldwell-Pope has a steal in the front court. Orlando can make it a 1-possession game. Banchero now 16 points on 13 shots here in the first half. And he's got it against Hauser. Banchero. Stop and start, switches to the right hand, spins at the elbow. His jumper is in the air, no good. Back iron rebound, Derek White. Derek White through the Magic logo at center court. Somebody's got to think about getting Tatum back in here. Jaylen Brown drives around. Carter gets to the rim and scores. That time the first step was there for Jaylen Brown. Celtics lead 44-37. Bounce pass, baseline. Wagner hack hard by Porzingis. Good hard foul. And Wagner clapping his hands like he loved the contact. Will shoot free throws.
Good playoff physicality by Porzingis there. Wagner, like you said, and relishing it. This is what it is. It's physical, playoff-based basketball. Nothing like it.
That's how you answer. The answer isn't to complain to the officials. The answer is to play the same way. And Wagner, this is really puzzling. He was 87% free throw shooter during the regular year. But Wagner now has missed both tonight and is just 13 of 20 in the series. It's a puzzling player. Pritchard going to come out. I like that sequence from Pritchard, particularly defensively.
Just hounding guys.
Here comes the Let's Go Celtics chant again. Jason Tatum returns. +3 when he played in the first quarter. Celtics +4 without him. He returns down midway through the second with the Celtics leading by 7. Another free throw coming there for Wagner. This one's good. 44-38. Boston by 6. A pivotal fourth game. Celtics won the fourth game 2 years ago and then lost the 5th game at home with Trae Young and the Hawks. Had to go back to Atlanta to close out that series. Jason Tatum moving to his right. Gets in deep, runs it off the glass and in, but offensive foul. Porzingis wants a challenge.
Yeah, he tried for the old Daniel Tice seal in the paint, and they got him for it. And now Kornet looks like he's coming to the game for him. That's 3 on Porzingis.
Wow, I'm not sure about that one. Porzingis was the one who was being grabbed. That was an interesting decision to not challenge. They're going to.
There it is.
Yeah, they're going to.
Third foul, you got because Porzingis is up to 13 points in this game. The Celtics right now. So to him to be stuck on the bench for the rest of this half, worth to make this challenge.
Well, this is a big one on a variety of levels. So Porzingis was called for an offensive foul, but our first look at the replay, I was looking at Joseph just grabbing the arm of Porzingis and then yelling as if he was being pushed, but it was Joseph who grabbed him. And this is monstrous because if the Celtics win this challenge, that basket for Tatum is good, and Porzingis loses that third foul.
I can't see how they don't overturn this with the camera there. I imagine the refs that was a blind side for where Corey Joseph was holding him there. But there's no way that they can call this on Porzingis after that pull.
Joseph sold it great. He yelled out and then stepped backwards, but he essentially grabbed the arm of Porzingis and then threw himself backwards.
Would have been great if the Celtics didn't have a challenge. Would have worked. But right now, this could be a huge swing.
Yeah, we talked about the importance of using them and using them wisely, because even if you're right, you only get 2. The only other institution where you continue to be right and not allowed to challenge is basically marriage. They are discussing it now. Tyler Ford and Mark Davis and Nagy. Let's find out.
Upon review, it has been determined that Porzingis illegally contacted Joseph, holding his arm, preventing him from defending the layup attempt. Therefore, this is an unsuccessful challenge. Boston will be charged with the timeout, and they have no additional challenges.
I got to tell you, I don't see it. I've watched this several times now. I don't know about that one at all. I can't. What Mark Davis just said is that Porzingis grabbed of Joseph, and there's no video evidence to support that. This is a monster call. So now, instead of the Celtics leading by 8 and Porzingis in the game with 2 fouls, Boston lead is 6, and Porzingis is out of the game with 3. With 5:49 to go in the first half. And here's a call immediately at Banchero as Derek White waited for him. Banchero ran over him away from the ball. First foul on Banchero.
Luke Kornet now in the game for Porzingis, and not necessarily a bad thing, Sean. He had a really great game 3, and he's been playing well alongside Horford all year long. So really big minutes for him right now.
It is not a great matchup for Luke Kornet, Orlando, but he has had an immaculate season. Derek White. Right-hand dribble, Joseph in front of him. White picks up his dribble, moves to Horford. Shot clock already at 7 as Tatum catches against Banchero. 5 on the shot clock. Tatum sizing up Banchero, switches to the left hand, ducks the shoulder, gets into the paint, step back at 12, bounces in at the shot clock buzzer. And clutches everything in life. Big bucket for Tatum. Celtics by 8. 5:14 to go in the first half. Wendell Carter standing on the three-point line. Hands to Banchero. Derek White goes under the screen. Banchero steps in on the right side on Derek White, who's slapping the ball. Banchero being harassed, has to give it up. Wagner sets himself for a deep three. No good. Rebound, Jaylen Brown. Celtics are getting Orlando now to take the shots they want them to take. Jaylen driving all the way in. The ball slapped away loose on the floor. And wrestling it free is Wendell Carter. Another Jaylen Brown turnover. Caldwell Pope gets it back from Joseph. Launches the three. He is way overdue and finally knocks one down. It's the third of the series for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. 46-41. Bad pass by Derek White. Was deflected. It was not. Goes off Jason Tatum out of bounds. Celtics only turned the ball over once in the first quarter. That's 5 here in the second. Orlando can make it a one-possession game. Wagner spins back on Derek White. Pump fake. Flips it up and in.
They're attacking really quick there. Trying to catch the Celtics off guard. Got the mismatch down low on Derek White. Easy finish for Wagner.
Neither team can get separation here. 46-43, Boston by 3. 4:07 to go in the front. Tatum zips the entry. Cornette catches, gets jostled in the paint, throws out to the corner for an Al Horford three that's no good. Offensive rebound in and out of the hands of Jaylen Brown. Orlando's got it. Caldwell Pope moving to his right. Jaylen Brown makes him give it up to the left side for a Joseph three that's good. Tie game. Tatum made the bucket after that controversial call against Porzingis. Put the Celtics up by 8, but 8 straight for the Magic, and we start game 4 over again. Tied at 46, 3:38 to go in the first half. Tatum, deep three. Nope. Rebound. Cornette got a hand on it, going out of bounds. Horford saves it, but Orlando will get there and let it just go out of bounds. Finally got Porzingis rolling, and he gets taken out of the game with a third. Joseph moving to his right. Bounce pass. Banchero dives. Scoop. Scores. Orlando has the lead.
They're attacking much quicker now, I feel like, offensively during this run, Sean. They're just getting to their spots. And it's been tougher when they're making those cuts. Getting those open looks, tougher to defend.
15-4 is the Orlando run to grab the lead. 48-46. 3:08 to go in the first half. Derek White puts it back in the hands of Tatum. Tatum gets a Cornette screen, switches to the left hand over, turns it over. Franz Wagner gets around Cornette. Pope behind the back, bounce pass, fielded by Carter, who misses the layup. Scramble for the rebound. Carter's got it, throws it all the way out into the hands of Tatum. Throws a dangerous bounce pass to Horford, but the Celtics get the steal. Horford returns to Tatum, bounce pass Jaylen Brown in transition, gets down the floor and scores off the glass to tie it.
And that all started with Derek White holding his ground under the basket to open the floodgates the other way.
Tie score is 48, 2:32 to go in the first half. Joseph for Banchero, straight away against Derek White. Best game of the series so far, easily. Wagner moving to his right, pulls up on Al Horford, steps back, he's on the line, long two is no good. Rebound, Cornette off the glass to Tatum. Tatum, lead pass on the right side for Derek White, enters, Al Horford in behind, Wagner goes off the window and in.
Field there by Al Horford, got position down low against Wagner, easy finish.
Al's had a really nice first half. Celtics by 2. Here's the 2-minute announcement. 50-48 is the Boston lead. And the Celtics just 4 of 16 from 3. Banchero against Cornette. Dribbles to the free throw line. Jumper no good. Rebound Jaylen Brown. Man, Banchero's taking 16 shots here in the first half. Boston by 2. Jaylen Brown against Banchero. Horford open in the corner. Jaylen considering his options as the shot clock goes down to 10. Jaylen moving to his left, straight away against Joseph. Starts down the left side, hangs in the air, goes off the glass, no good. That was going nowhere from the beginning. Celtics need Jaylen Brown to come out of the phone booth here in the second half. He's in a rough go. Banchero for Wendell Carter. Can't get it into Wagner. Wagner really struggling with Derek White. Derek White is just dogging him. Joseph hounded by Jaylen Brown, dribble around him, throws to Carter, who is open at the right elbow. Jumper way short. Boy, how many open shots are they going to miss? Tatum has the rebound. Boston by 2. Going to go into the final minute of the first half right now if you're syncing up with TNT. Tatum straight away against Caldwell Pope. Moving to his right behind the Jaylen Brown screen. Switches to the left hand, and there's a foul call on Joseph. Orlando had a foul to give. Really curious, just kind of scanning social media, really curious to see what people thought of that challenge. Celtics not winning that challenge. I must have missed something, because to me it looked like a pretty obvious call. But Porzingis riding out the rest of the first half on the bench. Celtics by 2. Tatum. Shot clock at 7. Gets the screen from Cornette. Bounce pass ends up in the hands of Cornette. He throws over his shoulders on the corner for a Pritchard 3 that's no good. Offensive rebound. Jason Tatum at the rim of the putback by Carter. And Carter has the big play by Wendell Carter. Pope for Banchero. Banchero has the ball slapped away by Derek White. Off Banchero, out of bounds. All Derek White does is make plays. That's a monster play by Derek White. Differential is 5 seconds on the 2 clocks as we count it down to the first half. Celtics leading by 2. 7 Boston turnovers in the second quarter after just 1 in the first. Franz Wagner dogging Tatum at half court. Shot clock at 6. Tatum to his left against Carter. 4 on the shot clock. Tatum going to have to force it. It's a 3. It's in the air, and it's good. Final seconds. Wagner gets across half court. Wagner racing in deep. Lays it with left hand. No good. Rebound. Falls without Banchero grabbing it. That will do it for the first half. And that was wild. Jason Tatum made some big shots to overcome a sloppy second quarter for the Celtics. They survived. Porzingis getting the 3rd foul. And they'll take a 5-point lead into the locker room. Coming up, Sean Silver scores from around the NBA. It's already been a wild day in the NBA playoffs. This game looks like it's headed to join the other 2. Celtics lead game 4 at halftime, 53-48. On the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Cadillac knows that icons aren't just born, they're made, just like the vibrant all-electric Lyric. Elevate your style in a Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the Boston Celtics, and me, Cedric Maxwell.
Today's game doesn't start with the tip-off. It starts off the court with all the work you put in. Putting in reps, putting out goals just to crush them, putting the doubters in their place, and putting together the right team so you can take what's yours. When you get ready, you stay ready to earn another W, because preparation is everything, on the court and off.
Mass Mutual is committed to helping all women plan, protect, and grow their financial futures. Learn more at massmutual.com/stay ready.
Hey, it's Felger here, and people know I hate wasting time. Did you know that the average fund wastes over 200 hours per year on expense reports? That's why here at the Sports Hub, we use Ramp. Ramp is a corporate card that automates away your entire expense process. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt matching, categorization, approvals, you name it. Over 30,000 businesses, including yours truly, trusts Ramp. So visit ramp.com/hub to learn more.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to the NBA playoffs. The moment we've all been waiting for is here.
The fans now on the edge of their seats.
It's time to stay locked in to every single moment. Because you never know when history will be made. When it's win or go home, every moment matters. So don't miss a thing. NBA playoffs presented by Google continues on ABC, ESPN, TNT, and NBA TV.
Looking to boost your career? UMass Lowell graduates enjoy the highest mid-career salaries among all public research universities in Massachusetts. Explore UMass Lowell's graduate degrees at uml.edu/online.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Boston by 6. Porzingis has a pretty good look at the left side. 3, got it. Sam Hauser gets his first 3s of the series. Kristaps Porzingis gets his first 3 of the series. Celtics have their largest lead. Timeout, Jamal Mosley.
Welcome to our Waltham Studios. I'm Sean Silva. Your halftime score, the Celtics 53, the Orlando Magic 48. Game 4 here of the Eastern Conference first round. And you just heard player taking care of business in the first half. Kristaps Porzingis, people asking before this one, is he healthy? Is this matchup with the Magic just a bad one for him? He was a presence offensively in the opening half, 13 points before heading to the bench with a controversial third call. Jason Tatum is leading the team in scoring with 15 points, but the 13 for Porzingis, a good sign. And the Player Taking Care of Business is sponsored by Cambridge Savings Bank. Taking care of business starts with a great team. With CSB, you get a partner who puts you first so you can focus on what matters most. Visit CambridgeSavings.com or stop by a branch to start your relationship today. Member FDIC. Game 3, Celtics, for lack of a better term, they got pushed around a little bit. They got kind of bullied. Jaylen Brown says, hey, you want to fight? That's how we'll get to the second round. No fighting necessarily. A couple of questionable calls on the table, particularly the Porzingis third foul there. But this really came down to, who can play. And early on in this one, the Magic showing some mettle, shooting the ball well. The Celtics missed their first 7 3-point attempts. They did work to get Porzingis established going inside. Al Horford gave the Green some leash by coming up with 3 early blocks in this first quarter, including 2 on 3-point attempts. And then the Celtics, well, they finally got going from deep with Sam Hauser. Hauser made his first 3 of the series in the first quarter, just enough to get the Celtics ahead as the Celtics made 4 of their next 6 3-point attempts. They had a 5-point lead with seconds left in the opening quarter, but gave up a coast-to-coast drive by Paolo Banchero, who had a dozen early on. Jason Tatum with 10 in the first quarter. It was 32-29 after 1. Second quarter, we mentioned Porzingis with his first 3-pointer of the series, but he got whistled for a cheap foul. Corey Joseph, get him an Emmy. He heads to the bench. Porzingis heads to the bench with his third foul. Tatum's basket on the same play negated. The Magic go on an 8-0 run shortly thereafter, and Corey Joseph pops up again.
Jaylen Brown makes him give it up to the left side for a Joseph 3. That's good. Tie game. Tatum made the bucket after that controversial call against Porzingis to put the Celtics up by 8, but 8 straight for the Magic, and we start game 4 over again.
Yeah, then they go ahead and take the lead, but eventually Jaylen Brown tied it back with a layup. Jason Tatum, a big bucket. We're back to a 5-point advantage for the Celtics. 24 minutes into this one, a 53-48 score. Let's head inside our box score for the first half. The Celtics shoot at 47% from the field, just 5 of 18 from downtown, so they'll be looking to improve on that. A perfect 6 of 6 from the line. The Magic, 42% from the field, 5 of 15 from downtown. Not too flashy. You can tell what kind of game this is. 7 for 11 from the charity stripe. Not good. That's Magic basketball. Celtics with the 24-18 advantage on the boards, including 7-2 on offensive rebounds. Each team has dished out a dozen dimes. Celtics with 8 turnovers. Magic with 6. Some line scores of note. The game leader in scoring, Paolo Banchero, 6 for 17 from the field, 2 of 5 from deep, 4 of 7 from the line. 18 points for him. Toss in 4 rebounds as well. 10 so far for Franz Wagner, to go along with 5 assists. Wendell Carter contributing 8 rebounds for the Magic so far in this one. The Celtics paced by Tatum, as we mentioned, with 15 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown, made his only free throw attempt, 9 rebounds already, so heading for a double-double, 2 steals in that first half. 13 for Porzingis on 5 of 9 from the field. He made 1 of 2 from downtown. Jaylen Brown, 8 points, 6 boards. Derek White, 7 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 6 points off the bench for Sam Hauser. The Celtics, a 53-48 lead, 24 minutes into this one. Our music of the game brought to you by Live Nation. The Grand National Tour, May 12th at Gillette Stadium. Get tickets now at livenation.com. I'm Sean Silver. All of your headlines coming up. Then we'll send it back to Grandy and B-Rob for the call the second half here on the BetMGM 98.5 The Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Associate Roofing is a third-generation roofing company that has worked on some of Eastern Massachusetts' finest homes. Opt for excellence. Contact Associate Roofing today for a free inspection. Go to associateroofing.com.
With Clinton Savings Bank's Safeguard Mortgage, you can easily modify your interest rate once within the first 5 years of closing your loan for a low $250 fee. Visit us today.
Member FDIC, member DIF, equal housing lender, NMLS number 422081.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Celtics Radio Network welcome the following new partners. FindMassMoney.gov. Did you know 1 in 10 people in Massachusetts have unclaimed property? FindMassMoney.gov is a free service from the Massachusetts State Treasurer's Office. Visit FindMassMoney.gov and see if you're on the list. Lexus. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. And Cambridge Savings Bank. Put Cambridge Savings Bank into your small business starting lineup today. From the home of the Celtics, thank you for joining our winning team.
Boston Celtics playoff coverage on 98.5 The Sports Hub is presented by Charles D. Sheehy. Charles D. Sheehy is your local leader for pipe, valves, fittings, and mechanical products. CDS is proud to partner with the area's leading healthcare, life science, and lab contractors. Partner with CDS to keep your project on schedule.
110 Grill in Saugus is the perfect place to get together with friends and family. Thanks to their award-winning allergy commitment, 100% of their main menu can be prepared gluten-free. Visit them in Saugus today or find another location near you. Head to 110grill.com. 110 is a proud partner of the NBA champion Boston Celtics.
This postseason, BetMGM, authorized gaming partner of the NBA, is making first field goal scorer wagers more exciting with Second Chance. Simply bet on any player to score the first field goal during any playoff game. If you're right, you win. But if your pick scores second instead of first, you get your stake back in cash. Grab the chance at getting your stake back at BetMGM, authorized gaming operator of the NBA. Or busy or call 1-800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Must be 21 plus. Massachusetts only. Existing customer offer in partnership with MGM Springfield. Play it smart from the start. Live chat at GameSenseMA.com.
Building a fireplace, patio, walkway? Plymouth Quarries has 60 acres of products for you. Visit their Hingham location or PlymouthQuarries.com. Plymouth Quarries, excellence in stone since 1915.
Spring is in the air, and it's time to knock it out of the park with FindMassMoney.gov. Step up to the plate and see what unclaimed cash could be waiting for you. Here in Massachusetts, 1 in 10 people have unclaimed property, from things like uncashed paychecks, refunds from overpaid bills, or forgotten savings accounts. FindMassMoney.gov is free, easy to use, and it only takes 30 seconds to search your name. Don't strike out. Instead, hit a grand slam and bring home a win for your wallet when you visit FindMassMoney.gov today. That's FindMassMoney.gov.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, looking around the NBA playoffs, the Knicks got a favorable no call in the closing seconds and survived in Detroit 94-93. They take a 3-1 series lead over the Pistons. Meanwhile, 43 for Anthony Edwards. The T-Wolves up 3-1 in their series over the Lakers. Pacers, Bucks, your NBA nightcap tonight. Indy up 2-1 in that series. The Boston Red Sox, 15 hits today for them for Jarren Duran. They take the rubber match in Cleveland, 13-3. They'll be north of the border taking on the Blue Jays Tuesday. Stanley Cup playoffs. The Blues evened up their series with the Jets 2 games apiece, courtesy of a 5-1 win. Hurricanes beat the Devils 5-2. They're up 3-1 in that series. Caps and Canadians 1-1 right now in the second. Oilers host the Kings later tonight. Boston Fleet winners yesterday over Toronto. New England Revolution 1-0 winners over Charlotte FC yesterday. Valvoline Instant Oil Change brings these headlines to you. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. Celtics up 5 at the break. Sean Grandy and Brian Robb with the call of the second half. Next on the BetMGM 98.5 The Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Win some, lose some, but always be in the know. At DraftKings, we put your play and performance history all in one place with the My Stat Sheet tool. Get a breakdown of your recent activity with an overview of your deposits, withdrawals, contests, wagers, and more. Use My Stat Sheet to stay on top of your spending so you can stay on top of your game. Because when it comes to betting, it's more fun when it's for fun. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rg.draftkings.com for more info.
As your warm weather fun gets into full swing, Shaw's and Star Market is saving you time and money. Just download the Shaw's Deals and Delivery app to do your grocery shopping online. Right now, you'll get $30 off your first online order over $75. That's right. Use the code SAVE30 and enjoy $30 off your first order. Plus, free curbside pickup or delivery right to your door will be ready in as soon as 30 minutes. Shaw's and Star Market. Save time. Shop online.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Today's game doesn't start with the tip-off. It starts off the court with all the work you put in. Putting in reps, putting out goals just to crush them, putting the doubters in their place, and putting together the right team so you can take what's yours. When you get ready, you stay ready to earn another W, because preparation is everything, on the court and off.
Mass Mutual is committed to helping all women plan, protect, and grow their financial futures. Learn more at massmutual.com/stay-ready.
I can't believe you scored tickets para Nati Natasha.
After saving so much at T-Mobile, I thought, ¿por qué no darnos un gusto?
There she is.
Nati, can we get a picture?
Claro que sí. Wow, that's a nice picture.
The S25 takes awesome selfies.
Tag me and I'll follow you. Get a new Samsung Galaxy S25 phone with Galaxy AI at T-Mobile and 4 lines for $25 a line.
With autopay discount plus taxes and fees. Minimum 4 lines on plan. Contact us if canceling lines. Plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Some vehicles are simply made. Cadillac vehicles are made to be iconic, and whether that's being made to be vibrant in an all-electric Lyric, made to be epic in a luxurious Escalade, or made to be thrilling with the dynamic performance of CT4 and CT5, Cadillac is always made to be bold. This is Cedric Maxwell, and I can tell you that icons aren't just born, they're made. Visit your New England Cadillac dealer, the exclusive luxury vehicle of the 18-time world champion Boston Celtics. And me, Cedric Maxwell.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
This is Reliving the Green.
What a pass by DJ!
42 for Paul Pierce.
A three-pointer for Danny Ainge!
KG is locked and loaded tonight.
A look back at this date in Celtics history.
Chalmers will drive in, reverse a layup that's no good because Rondo contested it. Defense to the end. It's in the hands of Rondo, a near triple-double as the final buzzer goes. It wasn't easy. Miami made their run, but the Boston Celtics, who created doubters all around the NBA with their performance in the second half of the year, leave no doubt tonight as they get through the first round faster than they did in each of the last 2 years. They were the better team start to finish, and they eliminate the Miami Heat in 5. 15 years ago tonight, Celtics closed out the Miami Heat after that brilliant Dwayne Wade game in Game 4 that extended the series to Game 5. Little did we know what was about to happen with the Celtics going on arguably the best 6-game run of the new Big Three era when they won the final 3 games against Cleveland and the first 3 games in Orlando. First playoff meeting since. Of course, everyone knows the Orlando Magic closed Boston Garden 30 years ago. It was the Celtics that closed Amway Arena just up the street from here 15 years ago. And here we are, 15 years later, Celtics with a 5-point lead, 53-48, as we go to the third quarter of game number 4, which has been far and away the most entertaining game, Brian Robb, to watch.
It certainly has, and I'm just looking at the floor right now. I'm seeing Luke Cornett on the court here, Sean, and no Porzingis to start this half, looks like. So I wonder if that is injury-related or foul-related or what's going on there.
Well, he was not injured. He was only came out of the game because he got the 3rd foul.
Yeah.
So we can see from where we are, we're a mile high here in Orlando, but our eyes are on Porzingis. He is on the Boston bench, and I wonder if Joe Mazzulla, well, things are going well without him. You just automatically think, oh, he made it to the half, put him back in, but maybe you can get a little more minutes here without him having up a 4th foul. Tatum dribbles to the left elbow. The 3rd quarter begins with a Tatum miss. Rebound quickly outlet to Franz Wagner. Tatum gets right in his face, knocks the ball away, but Caldwell Pope will save it. Celtics have answered the physicality part. When Orlando, they shot the ball better, certainly in the early part of the game. Then the Celtics turned it over, but in the second, Caldwell Pope returns to Joseph. Right side 3 is online and good. Corey Joseph having his best game of the series.
Yeah. Finally getting something out of the backcourt. 4-4 from the field for him. Caldwell Pope's at a 3-2, so guards coming alive a little bit.
He's the best shooter in the series. 9 of 15. Tatum catches and travels. He caught that ball in the paint, a little off balance. Could decide whether to go on Wagner, and he's called for traveling. Variable delay of game warning when Tatum just bounces the ball back to the officials. Celtics by 2 early in the 3rd quarter of game 4. Carroll deep on the left side. Pounds Derek White, gets in deep, turns towards the basket, runs it off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound, blocked by Cornett of the putback, but another offensive rebound. Carter kick out to Joseph. His deep 3 is no good, would have given Orlando the lead. Another rebound, 7th for Jaylen Brown. Bounce pass, Derek White, back to Jaylen, attacks the paint, 2-hand slam. as Horford had Caldwell Pope sealed out and then some.
Yeah, it's great awareness by Derek White in the break. He saw Al, the steal down low, got it right back to Jalen. Nice clear pass to the hoop.
But again, how was that a foul on Porzingis earlier, and that wasn't a foul there on Horford? Banchero dribbles to the left elbow. He's covered by Jaylen Brown. Bounce pass to Carter. 12-footer is good. Magic just shooting it better tonight. 55-53. Celtics by 2. Early third quarter. Derek White turns the corner, races down the right side, goes off the glass and in. He got the head of steam going. Celtics by 4. Open, left side 3. Caldwell Pope, rims out. But the difference here is that the Celtics threes have been contested. Orlando not been. Tatum dribbles around. Joseph throws to the far corner. Here's an open 3. It's Derek White, but it's no good. And the rebound for Franz Wagner. Wagner into the front court. Jostled, fouled by Tatum. It's going to be on the floor.
He was going like 1-on-3, 1-on-4 right there, but Celtics need to slow down. He had a head of steam. And now I don't know what their officials are chatting right now. I don't know if they're going to, certainly not going to be a clear path, I would imagine, because Celtics were back on that one.
Take foul.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen a take foul called that far down the court.
That's a wild call.
I've never seen that. Franz Wagner was in the paint. He was not shooting. That is shaky. So Caldwell Pope will shoot a free throw and make it. Talk about margins all the time. Orlando gets a point out of this. We'll see if that matters later on. I didn't even think you could call that right far down the court.
I'd never seen that. Exactly, when they're at the free throw line.
Wendell Carter, hand to Banchero. Right-hand dribble, attacks the paint, goes off the glass, and it goes. Orlando has the lead. 57-56, Orlando down by 1. Jalen spins to the paint, kick out Horford, out to the left wing for a Derek White 3, and it's no good. Jalen keeps the rebound alive, but it comes down to Joseph.
2 great looks for Derek White, but not going down to start this half.
57-56, Boston by 1. 9:15 to go in the third. Joseph deep on the right side against Jaylen Brown. Moves to the Banchero. Horford trying to hold his defensive position. It's Banchero. Banchero, ball fake. Horford takes the rim away. So the kick out. Joseph, and a straightaway 3 is no good. Good defense from Horford and Jaylen Brown on the contest. The rebound for Derek White. Derek White bumped by Caldwell Pope. Spins back to his right, away from the cornet screen. Attacks Carter and draws the foul. Jason Tatum has his arms up in the air. Carter is barking. Al Horford is getting right back in his face. This was inevitable. Tempers flaring after 4 games of hand fighting and rock fighting.
And Carter's been doing this all series, Sean. He's been throwing his body around, and right there, he just pretty much threw a forearm shiver right at Derek White. Threw him for a ride, and Jason Tatum has had enough. Stand up for his guy.
So it started on a Derek White drive to the basket. Carter gave him a good hard foul. Nothing wrong with it. But it's the accumulation of them. And Al Horford barked at Carter, and Wendell Carter
reviewed for a potential flagrant foul.
They're going to look at it for a flagrant. I'm not sure you're getting a flagrant there. But Al got right in the face of Wendell Carter. And Wendell Carter, in language slightly different from this, suggested that Al mind his own business and not come to him with that particular complaint.
And then I believe Jason Tatum had to chime in too. Hear what was going on over there.
All this comes in a 1-point game with 8:54 to go in the third quarter of game 4.
I will be fascinated to see how they call this, Sean, because like you said, it was a hard foul, a quote-unquote playoff foul, but are the refs going to try to take control of this game a little bit here, throw out the flagrant now, so tempers don't flare any more than we've seen? Celtics will certainly hope so.
Porzingis fouled Franz Wagner earlier. Hard playoff foul.
Yep.
That was a hard playoff foul. I didn't think there was anything to it. It's just some conversation afterwards. 2 teams that have been hacking at each other for 4 games. Carter extended his arm after the contact. And obviously Derek White went to the ground. Follow through is a discussion topic with flagrant fouls. I don't think it's ridiculous that they're looking at it. I think it's sort of on the line between a common foul and a flagrant one.
I bet the fact that Al Horford came over and they had that little confrontation led them to that.
Yeah.
Like, if that doesn't happen, you're right. They probably just call that a foul, let things go. But otherwise, I'm still interested again. Cornette starting the half over Porzingis. Fascinating choice here by Joe Mazzulla.
Upon review, it has been determined that Carter committed a common foul. Therefore, there are 2 shots awarded.
There you go.
Yeah.
None of the elements of a flagrant foul were present in that there was no windup. Although there was some impact, there was no follow-through. 2 free throws.
I like Horford getting in there anyway. Like,
yeah, I think that was exactly what was supposed to happen there.
Right.
I still would, if I'm allowed to submit questions for the post-game gaggle with the officials, I would love to know that Porzingis' 3rd foul on the review, the coach's challenge that the Celtics lost. How that was possibly a foul on Porzingis, but we'll see if it matters. An hour from now it could mean nothing or everything. So Derek White will get free throws here, first of which is no good.
He's had a really terrific all-around night so far. About only 9 points, but 5 rebounds, 6 assists, kind of giving this team whatever it needed. And to start this half, it's been a little more on the offensive end.
He gets 1 of 2. Celtics lead 58-56. Orlando led by 8 early. Celtics led by as many as 9. Early second quarter. Rare to get an NBA game with neither team has a double-digit lead, especially in the playoffs. The Knicks are up by 16. They should have been up by a lot more earlier today, and that lead evaporated. Bankero turns. Jaylen Brown just dogging him. They're really doing a job on Bankero here. Kick out Wagner. Shot clock at 2. Wagner running 20-footers. No good. They're calling a bailout foul. Calling it on Tatum. Not a shooting foul. That one hurts. That's 3 on Tatum. That's a little bit on Tatum for being too aggressive on a challenge with 1 second on the shot clock. So now Porzingis bench with 3. Tatum just picked up a 3rd. Wagner ran into Al Horford, fell down on the inbounds, but it's hit safe into Bankero. Bankero gets the Carter screen. Bankero dribbles to the top of the circle. His jumper is short. And the rebound, Tatum. Bankero now 7 of 21 here in game 4. Tatum moving to his right against Joseph. Stop and start. Attacks baseline. He gets fouled. Lays it off the glass with the left hand. No good, but Tatum will get free throws.
Great crossover there by Jason Tatum. Had a smaller guy, him and Corey Joseph, just blew by him anyway. Got through him, got the contact.
Tatum had a 3-point play earlier. That's his only free throw attempt of game 4. Where he missed all 4 free throws in game 1. Now has made 13 in a row in the series.
I'll come some slack for a couple of those, coming off of severely bone bruise wrist.
Celtics will, and sort of a puzzling decision, Celtics will spend the night here in Orlando. They will not fly back until tomorrow. They're going to fly early tomorrow. Tatum gets the free throws. 60-56. Boston by 4. 8:13 to go in the 3rd. Franz Wagner out at half court against Al Horford. Right-hand dribble, driving on him. Stops at 16 feet, not even looking at the rim. Returns to Bankero. Shot clock at 8. Bankero against Al Horford. Bankero dribbling between his legs. Goes left side. Caldwell Pope dribbles around Derek White. Moves into the corner. Joseph steps to 17 feet. Jumper is good. Joseph can't miss tonight. 5 of 7. 60-58. Who's going to help out Wagner and Bankero tonight? It's been Joseph. Tatum dribbles around one man, misses a forced 3, and the rebound belonged to Wendell Carter. Celtics have taken a lot of threes out of rhythm to try to get them up in this game. They've taken 21. That's the good news, but they missed 16. Jumper Bankero missed. He gets his own rebound. 12-footer, no good on the putback. The rebound, Tatum. Bankero is having a rough go here last couple of quarters. Tatum over the shoulder pass finds Jaylen Brown left side. Celtics by 2. 7:18 to go in the 3rd if you're syncing up. Jaylen Brown, right-hand dribble to the free throw line, elevates and hits.
Jalen's sweet spot right there. right to the free throw line, elevated over, used the size advantage over Caldwell Pope.
I felt like Banchero got off to a good start in this game, but he's now 7 of 23. 62-58, Boston by 4. Middle stage this third quarter. Franz Wagner, step back, cross court, quick hands. Derek White's got the steal, but he couldn't keep himself in bounds. Magic will keep it, saying possession change, so full shot clock here. And now we'll get the timeout, and we may get Kristaps Porzingis back in the game when we return. If so, Joe Mazzulla milked 5 extra minutes out of Porzingis with 3 fouls. 5:07 gone by. Third quarter of Game 4. Boston 62, Orlando 58 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Hey, basketball fans, ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on all the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Hope is here. Call 1-800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Massachusetts only. Existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 1 to 7 days. In partnership with MGM Springfield. Play it smart from the start. Live chat at GameSenseMA.com.
Big thanks to Kelly's Roast Beef for their generosity. For every three-pointer Boston hits this month, they'll donate $33 to one mission, helping kids fight cancer. Up to $10,000. Kelly's Roast Beef, home of the original three-way. Proud to be local, always original.
Hi, I'm Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. Catches Law isn't just Boston's hometown law firm. We're your neighbors. All of our lawyers were born and raised right here in these communities. With 40 years of experience, we've fought for justice and helped thousands of Bostonians win over $2 billion. We're not just here to win cases, we're proud to give back to the neighborhoods that raised us. Visit catcheslaw.com today and book your free consultation. There's no fee unless you win.
Boston Celtics playoff coverage on 98.5 The Sports Hub is presented by Charles D. Sheehy. Charles D. Sheehy is your local leader for pipe, valves, fittings, and mechanical products. CDS is proud to partner with the area's leading healthcare, life science, and lab contractors. Partner with CDS to keep your project on schedule.
Your move-in day just got a little easier with Clinton Savings Bank's Safeguard Mortgage. You can modify your interest rate once within the first 5 years of closing your mortgage with us for a low $250 fee, even if you're a first-time home buyer. That way, if rates go down, you can easily modify your interest rate and your monthly payment. For complete details or to apply, visit clintonsavings.com. Member FDIC, member DIF, equal housing lender. NMLS number 422081. Call 888-744-4272 for details about credit costs and terms. All loans subject to credit approval.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
You can score 5 cents off per gallon with GoPay. Download the GoPay app today for the fast and convenient way to pay at the pump. Go proud to be the official fuel partner of the Boston Celtics. See app for details. Celtics by 4, 62-58. In a tight game, and it's taken on some different characteristics from the first 3 games in this series. The Celtics are getting their three-pointers up, but they're not making them. 5 of 21. On the night, 24%. They just had a bad three-point shooting year against Orlando. And the trick to me, Brian, is that Orlando doesn't let you shoot threes. You got to do other things. And Joe Mazzulla said very clearly, hey, we're not going to force threes. Well, they kind of have in this game. And I get it. You get a 2-on-1 break. You want to get some of those three-point looks that you haven't gotten and make Orlando pay in transition. But the Celtics have not been patient in the threes they've taken.
Yeah, it's proven costly from the percentages from that standpoint. So it'll be interesting to see now. Porzingis is back on the floor. They had him going that pick and roll a lot in that second quarter. I wonder if they try to get that back going now with him in the game.
So automatic when the guy picks up 3 fouls. You say, well, he's done for the half, and then they bring him back to start the half. Joe Mazzulla rolled the dice a little bit. Played Luke Cornett the first 5 minutes to the third quarter. Now Porzingis comes back in with the 3 fouls. 5 minutes and 7 seconds into the third quarter. Joseph, bounce entry for Franz Wagner. Turns on Horford, drives, goes off the glass. No good. He tries to get it up quickly. Horford has been a huge back defender in this game. Tatum, the entry to Al Horford, catches in the paint, gathers, slips it up awkwardly, no good. He forced that, didn't really catch it in rhythm. Joseph, into the front court, shovel pass, Wagner sets himself for 3, got it.
That's a rough swing right there, Al. Had it 5-on-4, but couldn't finish it, and then they got the transition 3 the other way.
How about Banchero and Wagner are 4 of 9 from 3. Orlando will take that every day and twice today on Sunday. Boston by 1, 62-61. Tatum moves it to Jaylen Brown against Joseph. This is where Joseph picked up an offensive foul on him in game 3. Brown spins at the free throw line and gets the jumper to rattle home. That was a really big play in game 3 when Jaylen was called for the offensive foul. 64-1. Tricky dribble. Banchero gets across half court, exposed to the ball slapped away. Porzingis dives to the floor, and the Celtics have to steal. Derek White leads Tatum. What was Banchero thinking about? Tatum ducks the shoulder, drives strong in the paint, reverses it up and in over Wagner. Tatum's up to 19. Celtics by 5, 66-61. Joseph moves it to Caldwell Pope. Here's the entry, Banchero. Jaylen Brown's turn on Banchero. 7 for 23. Dribble, kick back out. Wagner up to 3, puts to the floor, drives around Horford, shovel pass for Carter, and he is fouled at the rim by Jaylen Brown. He got blocked, and I wanted to say fouled. I was waiting for a call. I thought for a second it might not come. But Jaylen is called for the foul, and Carter will get free throws. And if Cedric Maxwell were here, he would love more than anything Jaylen Brown just walking away from Carter rather than trying.
Jaylen playing 2 cents of the draft there. Celtics obviously used their challenge, but it's a good recovery by Jaylen. Good defense overall this half during this stretch.
Wendell Carter, of course, went to Duke. His parents wanted him to go to Harvard. First free throw is good. He would have had, well, I'm too far of a limb here, he would have had some success in the Ivy League.
A few mismatches down low.
Caleb Houston will come in to get Franz Wagner. Tatum and Porzingis in the game with 3 fouls. Joseph in the game with 3 fouls for Orlando with 5:24 to go in the third. Carter can't make it a one-possession game. Misses the second free throw. Magic 9 of 14 from the line. Boston by 4. 5:16 to go in the third. Derek White finds Tatum cutting to the free throw line. Tatum step back, forces 16-footer, no good. Back iron, rebound Joseph. Not a good shot. Banchero up the left side. Porzingis in front of him. Banchero pulls up, takes the jumper, and he hits it. But you got to go at Porzingis with the fouls. The Banchero, he had missed about 5 or 6 in a row. He's 8 for 24. Derek White dribbles into an open 3 and knocks it down. And dropping his head was Corey Joseph because it's like the first time in the series he finally forgot where Derek White was. 13 for Derek White, his first 3. Banchero drops for the trailer. Carter left-hand slam, beating Jaylen Brown to the spot. 69-66, Boston by 3. 4:31. Tatum calling a play with that bandage right wrist, dribbling with his left hand. Now switches to the right-hand dribble at the logo to the Porzingis against Carter. Step back 3. Nope. Back iron rebound. Jaylen Brown battling Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope has got it. Porzingis now 1 of 3 tonight, 1 of 13 in the series. From distance, Joseph dribbling under the basket. Derek White forced him to the outside. Puts it in the hands of Banchero. Banchero spins on Tatum, elevates, finger rolls up and good.
That's a sensational move by Banchero. Tatum was right there, has been out there all night, but you can't stop that.
69-68, Boston by 1. 3:52 to go in the third. Banchero blitzes out at Tatum and couldn't stop himself and just lumbers into him, picks up a second foul. Third team foul on Orlando, not a good one. So Hauser and Pritchard re-enter. This was a big moment for the Celtics as those two guys had struggled, and they were great in the second half of the first quarter when they first came in. Celtics went from down 8 to up 9 early in the second. They're up by 1 right now. Jaylen Brown, right side of the floor, challenged by Carter. He's deep behind the three-point line. Switches to the left hand, drives, feeling contact. He runs it up, no good. Late whistle, but a foul on Carter is his second, and more free throws for Jaylen.
Yeah, nice attack there by Jaylen. And they're going to give him the shot, it looks like, here to Jalen White to get that up once he felt the contact. But this is a guy like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. They can take Carter to the rim anytime they want if they get those one-on-one situations. So nice to see them getting back to that.
You could make an argument, if you're Jamal Mosley, that he should not be getting free throws here. Magic no longer have a foul to give here with 3:41 to go in the third. You understand the stakes in a game 4. The difference between going home up 3-1 and 2-2. Jaylen gets the first free throw. Celtics are not in a position to mess around with the Knicks now up 3-1. Cleveland is up 3-0. Indiana will try to go up 3-1 tonight at Milwaukee. It has been really good for the line in the series. 4 for 4 tonight. 19 of 21 in the series. Over 90%. Celtics by 3, 71-68. Banchero, big usage night. Has the ball punched away by Jaylen Brown. Out of bounds it goes. Magic will keep it with 13 to shoot.
Jaylen with some really nice physical defense this half with the ball pressure on Banchero and Magic guards as well.
Banchero 9 for 25. Carter, top of the circle, hand off Banchero. Jaylen Brown in front of him. Banchero moving to his left, looking for the opening. Dribbles to 18 feet. That jumper short. Porzingis snags the rebound. Quick outlet. Jaylen Brown running 2-on-2 with Hauser. Jaylen exposes the ball. He knocked away. He's got it back. He's able to throw out to Pritchard. Long cross court. Gives Porzingis an open three. Got it.
That's a big one right there. Porzingis, like you said, 1 of 13 before that three. They need him to get going from three-point line in these playoffs.
And that's where the threes need to come from for the Celtics. Ball goes in, ball comes out. Banchero down the right side, hangs in the air, misses off the glass, but he gets fouled. Now, who'd they get? Celtics need that to be Hauser. And I don't want to go to break until we know it's on Jaylen Brown. So now Brown, Porzingis, and Tatum all have 3 fouls. 2:57 to go. Third quarter of Game 4. Boston 74, Orlando 68. On the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
As the Celtics prepare to defend their title, they know they'll have to protect home court. At Amica Insurance, they understand how important it is to protect the things that matter most to you. So they put in the time to make sure you're taken care of. Whether it's talking through the details of your coverage or following up after a claim, your auto, home, and life insurance are more than just policies. They're protection for the life you built. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
Hey, it's Felger here to talk about Ramp. Ramp is a corporate card that our finance team uses here at the Sports Hub, so you know they're a big deal. Ramp handles all the tedious financial nonsense you don't want to do, so you can focus on things that actually matter. With Ramp, you submit your receipts in seconds. Your finance team will love it, and your team will love it too. And for a limited time, when you sign up for Ramp, you will receive a bonus of $250. So visit ramp.com/hub and start saving time and eliminating expense headaches today.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
The NBA 82-game grind is done. Ready for all the playoff drama? Get in on the playoff action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. DraftKings has been the home of NBA player props all season, and that's continuing all the way through the playoffs. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting something simple, like picking a team to win and make your pick. It is that easy. Here's something special for first-timers as well. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Hope is here. 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Celtics by 6. 2:57 to go. Third quarter of Game 4. It has been the best game of the series with a very low bar for that distinction through the first 3. This game would be slightly less rock fighty than the first 3, but it is developing into that as we move into the second half. Paolo Banchero, who has missed 17 of his 26 shots and 3 of his 7 free throws, will go back to the line here. He's got 24 points, but it's taken him 26 shots to get there. Trying to cut into the Boston lead. Fouls are a problem here. Now they changed that foul while we were gone to Porzingis. So it is a 4th foul on Porzingis. That's why Joe Mazzulla didn't bring him back to start the third quarter. Banchero misses another free throw.
Yeah, only 17 minutes for Porzingis tonight because of that foul trouble. And it all goes back to that controversial challenge that was not reversed in the second quarter. That gave him 3.
Banchero takes a long look at the second free throw. It is in the air and good. 74-69. Magic trail by 5. They have left 6 points at the free throw line. Payton Pritchard into the front court. Anthony Black back in the game to guard him. Pritchard switches to the left hand, goes behind the Tatum screen. Bounce pass for Tatum. Clean look at the 3 instead. Puts it in his pocket. Drives. Floats it out to Hauser. Return to Tatum. Who relocates on the wing against Banchero. 5 on the shot clock. Tatum. Left hand dribble to the elbow. Jumper. Nope. Back iron. Rebound belongs to Orlando. Houston. Can he save it? Yes. To Isaac, who gets it away to Anthony Black. Celtics going late in the shot clock again. Orlando down 5. Here's Banchero. Spinning on Hauser. Kick to the left corner. Gary Harris has a clean look at a 3. This one rims out. Rebound Isaac offensively. Kick out. Banchero swings it left side. Houston wants the 3. Nope. Rebound Jaylen Brown. And Gary Harris slows him down enough. They got to call a foul here. And Isaac and Gary Harris got too aggressive, and that's going to put Orlando over the limit to make a foul in the backcourt.
That's great work by Jaylen Brown. He really got up for that rebound, and both guys are going after him, and he was strong, throwing the bows a little bit, made them call the foul with all the contacts.
We're in the middle of it in real time, which is the hardest time to gauge it. But it almost feels like this is potentially the worst case scenario for the Celtics and the best. The worst case scenario was that they would be involved in a long, physical first-round series as Jaylen Brown makes another free throw. The best case scenario was that they would be involved in a tough physical first-round series that didn't go long and prepared them for what may lay ahead.
The next 14 minutes will be pretty big in deciding which way that goes.
Celtics by 6 or 7, depending on the second free throw for Jaylen Brown. Gets his breathing right and makes another free throw. Well, he has been good for the line. This is probably his best run of free throw shooting when it matters the most in this first round series. 76-69, Boston by 7. About to hit 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Banchero. Making Wagner with a left hand. Turns it over. He overran his dribble again. Jaylen Brown, though, has the ball punched away from behind by Jonathan Isaac. Back-to-back turnovers. Here comes Wagner. Lead for Anthony Black. Black has Tatum waiting in the paint, so he floats it out of the left wing for Houston, who will set himself, launch a 3 that's no good. Rebound Tatum. Both teams have been horrendous shooting the 3. Celtics 7 of 24, Orlando 7 of 23. Magic will take those numbers. Here's Tatum dribbling past Gary Harris, gets in deep, draws the foul.
Nice bully ball there by Tatum. Getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line. They've only been there 14 times tonight, but with the way that Orlando fouls in this series, that might be the path of least resistance as we get into this fourth quarter.
I told Jamal Mosley he'd have more free throw attempts, and then three-point shooting would be basically even. Late in the third quarter, he would feel great about where his team was, but Celtics have a chance to take their largest lead if Tatum can make the second free throw.
12 rebounds already, 2 for Tatum. He's been a monster on the glass this series.
8-1 is the run. Make it 9-1 as Tatum gets the second free throw. And the Celtics have their largest lead again, up by 9. This is where it got early in the second quarter. Neither team has had a double-digit lead in this game. 1:23 to go in the third. And the Magic survive the minutes with Banchero on the bench. Wagner turns the corner. Moves to Anthony Black, dribbles into the baseline. Short floater is good over Luke Cornett. 78-71. Boston by 7. Jaylen Brown throws the shoulder into Gary Harris. Takes the baseline away. Jaylen spins into the paint. Picks up his dribble. They're floated all the way back out to Tatum. Celtics will start again with 9 on the shot clock. Final minute, third quarter. Boston by 7. Tatum against Houston. Tatum dribbling with the left hand. Pump fake. Draws not enough contact. The shot is no good. He was trying to get a foul. Rebound belongs to Orlando and Gary Harris. Good job by Houston to not foul. Wagner into the front court. 2 for 1 for Orlando. Wagner dribbling low, attacks, floats, scores. Magic finished the first quarter strong, and they're finishing the third quarter strong. Back-to-back buckets cuts the Boston lead to 5. 2 for 1. 32 seconds to go in the third. Jaylen feeling contact. Throws it up, no good. The shot won't count, but Orlando way over the limit. So more free throws here for Jaylen Brown with 32 seconds remaining, and the Celtics get the 2 for 1 at the end of the quarter.
I don't know what Gary Harris was doing there. Maybe he thought they had one to give, but he wailed on Jaylen, and Jaylen smartly just got the ball up, drew the contacts, 2 easy free throws to produce the 2 for 1 here to close the quarter for the Celtics.
The degree to which they do not have one to give here is pretty dramatic. That was the 7th or 8th foul committed by Orlando here in the quarter.
The counting's hard.
Jaylen finally misses a free throw. He has been 6 of 6 tonight.
Wonder if this is going to be a half here where Jason and Jaylen go distance. I don't believe they've come out of this third quarter so far.
And that's unusual. Usually Jaylen comes out at some point in the third quarter. Second free throw is good. 79-73. Orlando with the ball, down 6, exactly 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Anthony Black wearing the black t-shirt on the blue Orlando uniform. Dribbles across half court, right side of the floor. Pritchard waiting for it. Shot clock at 12. It's in the hands of Gary Harris. Against Jaylen Brown now in the left corner. Houston turns, fires. 3 is no good. He's been an aggressive shooter, but a loose ball foul called against the Celtics. And the Celtics will not get the last shot. And I believe that's going to put Boston over the limit. Oh, bad foul by Peyton Pritchard. Black, not a great free throw shooter, hits the first. All you want to do when you're the underdog is keep it close, especially the way they play. Celtics have gotten their three-point shots up tonight, but they haven't made them. 7 for 25. Free throw's good. 6-1 close to the quarter for Orlando. Last shot time. 11, 10, 9 seconds to go. Tatum across half court with a 4-point lead. Tatum out of the logo against Isaac 5 seconds to go. Tatum moving to his right. Has Houston in front of him. Switches to the left hand. Pull up. Top of the circle jumper. Rims out. And that'll do it for the third quarter. And the Magic are right where they want to be. Right where they need to be. Celtics led by 3 at the end of 1. By 5 at halftime. They're up by 4 now as we make the turn for home. End of 3 in the pivotal Game 4. Boston 79, Orlando 75 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
The 99-cent sale is back at Shaw's and Star Market. Pick up participating items throughout the store for just 99 cents by the each or by the pound. Like Signature Select White Bread, Chicken of the Sea Chunk Light Tuna, Chobani Greek Yogurt, Broccoli Crowns, Eggplant, Sweet Potatoes, Vidalia Onions, Cara Oranges, Signature Select Pasta, Rice-A-Roni, Kind Bars, and more. All just 99 cents. Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
To perform at the top of your game, you need up-to-the-minute skills. At Northeastern University's DeMoore McKim School of Business, we're not just keeping pace with the future, we're defining it. You'll gain business strategy expertise leveraging AI, data, and technology. Through transformative experiences, you'll prepare to lead with impact. Learn more at our weekly admissions events. Save your spot at northeastern.edu/business events.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
In a tooth and nail, tight opening round playoff series, 3 quarters tonight. In Game 4, all have been decided each of the 3 quarters by a single possession. Celtics took a 4-point lead into the 4th quarter of Game 4 as soon as we take 10 seconds for station identification on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this This is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. He's the media group station.
Grandy and B-Rob. Brian Robb sitting in for Cedric Maxwell tonight on personal family business. Celebrating his mom's 90th birthday this weekend in North Carolina. He'll be back with us on Tuesday night for the late start, the 8:30 game in Boston. Or will it be 2-2? Or will the Celtics be going to the closeout? We're going to find out in about half an hour as the Celtics take a 4-point lead to the fourth quarter. And as we said, at the start of the series and each game of the series, a major win for the Orlando Magic is keeping the three-point totals close. They did in the first half of game one, didn't in the second half and lost. They did in the first half of game two, had the lead, didn't in the second half and lost. They kept it close the entire night of game three, won the game. Celtics have made 7. Orlando has made 7. Remember, the Celtics, of course, set an NBA record for three-pointers made during the regular season. And Porzingis, who's been the fail-safe and the threes aren't there, has been battling foul trouble for the last quarter and a half. Orlando with the ball down 4 to begin the fourth quarter of the pivotal game 4. Gary Harris goes left side, Houston. Dribbles into the wing. Now he's reluctant to shoot. Kick out Wagner. Swung right side Anthony Black. Black driving on Hauser. Runs it off the glass and gets the bounce. When the Magic see Sam Hauser, they go 79-77. Boston by 2. 35 seconds gone in the fourth quarter. Jason Tatum after a hot start. Now 7 of 19. Guarded by Jonathan Isaac. On the right side. Cross court Derek White. Pretty good look. Jumps into a 3 and he hits it.
A lot of screening action down low there. That got the Magic's attention. Allowed Derek White to pop out to the wing for the open look.
Celtics by 5, 82-77. Pritchard's making Wagner work to get across half court. Moves it ahead to Anthony Black. How long can you keep Banchero out of the game here? Jaylen Brown is out. Tatum's gone the distance here in the second half. Wagner, left-hand dribble. Throws it back to Anthony Black. He's open. His 3 is no good. Rebound, Derek White. The Magic cannot win a three-point shooting contest. They cannot answer. Derek White with the entry to Tatum. Tatum against Gary Harris. Pull up at 18. Swish. 5 straight for the Celtics. 84-77. Boston by 7. 90 seconds into the fourth. Derek White coming out to dog Wagner. Goes under the screen of Isaac. Cross-court pass gets Anthony Black. Derek White trying to go under the screen of Isaac again. Black returns to Wagner. Shot clock down to 7. Wagner against Peyton Pritchard. Wagner dribbling between his legs. Wagner steps back behind the line, launches the 3. Not a good shot, no good. Porzingis deflects the rebound to Tatum. Moves it ahead to Derek White.
Great defense by Pritchard there. Bobbing Wagner shot.
Good defense from Black, but Derek White spins away from it, gets in the front court, beating the 8-second call. 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Celtics by 7. Here's Porzingis operating at the free throw line. Pump fake. Has it punched away by Harris. Porzingis has it back. Hand fighting. Launches. No good. Back iron.
Never got comfortable in that spot.
And he stubbornly forced that up. Orlando with the ball down 7. Wagner down the left side. Scoops it with the right hand and scores. Very tough shot as he was falling out of bounds. But he's got to get that ball back in his right hand. 84-79. Celtics by 5. 9:27 to go. Tatum goes right side. Derek White. This is a good look and a 3, but it's no good. The rebound for Black. Derek White is not in a great night shooting those 3s. 2 of 6. More open ones it feels since he's had since game 1. Wagner switches to the left hand. Spins on Derek White. Kick out. Houston. Up fakes. Gets to the right elbow. His jumper rims out. Now he's gone cold, but the rebound goes off Pritchard out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know how long you can keep this lamp in the game they're Magic. And they're already making the subs back in because there's just no shooting. There's no shooting around Wagner right now, and here comes Banchero back in the game.
Which means Joe Mazzulla is going to point a finger at Al Horford and get him back in the game. Al has been great. And Banchero's really had to work tonight. 25 points, but it's taken him 26 shots to get there. Orlando with the ball down 5. 9:05 to go. Under out of bounds. Lobbed all the way out to Isaac. Almost deflected away by Porzingis. He does deflect it away. Out of bounds. Porzingis tried to steal the call. It will stay with Isaac. That was a dangerous play for a guy with 4 fouls. Contavious Caldwell-Pope returns to get Gary Harris. The veteran Gary Harris has given the Magic some solid minutes in these 2 games here in Orlando. White jumps the passing lane, can't get away from Franz Wagner, who turns, drives, scoops, and scores, and the foul. Disaster.
Yeah, White came out there going for the steal. Wagner got ahead of steam, and Porzingis was the last man back and wasn't able to cut him off.
There's number 5 on Porzingis with 8:58 to go. Just when it looked like the Celtics would get Porzingis unlocked, he's locked himself out of game 4, going to the bench with his 5th foul. Remember, Joe Mazzulla got some heat for keeping Jaylen Brown out of the game too long with 5 fouls in game 3 on Friday. We'll see when Porzingis comes back.
Payne Pritchard on the floor now as the 5th man. No double bigs right now. Pritchard playing well defensively, but scoreless in his 19 minutes.
Wagner gets the free throw. 1 possession game 4. 84-82. Boston the lead and the ball. 8:54 to go. Derek White throws that left shoulder into Caldwell Pope. Uses the Horford screen to dribble to his right. Finds Tatum cutting. Tatum inside the elbow. Return to Derek White. He up fakes a 3. Caldwell Pope crashes into him as Derek White launches. They'll say not in time to get free throws. This will be a side out of bounds. One team foul on each side of the first 3:15 of the 4th.
Seems like they're running that screen action a lot to try to get Tatum at the elbow and let him make decisions from there. Fascinating to see how Orlando tries to adjust to that.
Jaylen Brown returns. Out there with Horford, Tatum, White, and Pritchard. Porzingis on the bench with 5 fouls. 6 on the shot clock for Jaylen Brown. Driving on Wendell Carter. Pulls up on him, 10 feet. Jumper, bounces out. Rebound Anthony Black. Magic can tie or better on this trip with 8:28 to go. Wagner, dogged by Pritchard. Out near half court. Wagner switches to the right hand, pushes Pritchard away, spins in traffic, floats it up, no good. Rebound, Jaylen Brown's got it. Good defense from Pritchard. Jaylen into the front court. Banchero waiting for him. Cross court, Tatum's got it against Black. Tatum dribbling between his legs, switches to the left hand, gets inside the free throw line. Tatum spins and draws the foul on Black. Down he goes. Did Black follow through on the injured wrist of Tatum? Tatum is sitting down, and he is holding on to that right wrist again with his left hand. He's smiling. He will put his left hand out for Horford to pick him up with.
And you knew this was coming, Sean. A foul like this on Tatum's wrist is, I think, the first time he has been really tested by it in these first 2 games he's come back here. So we'll see how these free throws look.
First foul on Anthony Black, and he got his money's worth there, going after the sore wrist of Jason Tatum. First free throw right down the middle. The stakes are so apparent. Tatum gets the free throws. 86-82. This is pretty much where we've been most of the night. 1-2 possession game. Generally with the Celtics leading. Magic had the early lead, got it up to 8. 7:52 to go in game 4. Banchero straight away against Jaylen Brown. Left hand dribble into the paint, scoops it up and in. That was way too easy.
No rim resistance right there.
With Porzingis out of the game. Derek White, long cross court, dangerous, but it gets to Tatum. Tatum working behind Jaylen Brown. He's got a pretty good look at a 3. Takes it and makes it.
Yeah, big mistake by Anthony Black there. Did not get out there on the switch on Tatum. Took advantage.
And Tatum was a half-second later, reacting almost shocked that he actually had an open 3.
Does not happen often.
Celtics have made 2 in the 4th quarter. Magic have made none. That's the difference in the game right now. Celtics by 5. Banchero runs into Jaylen Brown. They're calling a foul. And the Celtics cannot challenge. It's the 3rd on Jaylen.
Yeah, luckily for the Celtics, 3 on Jaylen. Porzingis is the only guy in foul trouble right now. Tatum also with 3, but those guys should be fine the rest of the way.
Anthony Black does his job again. 10 more off the bench. He's been the best bench player for Orlando in the series.
I'm surprised I haven't played him more, to be honest, Sean. He played especially in that 2nd quarter of game 3.
And again, Mom Mosley knows what he's doing, but for the life of me, I can't understand why Cole Anthony's not playing in this series.
2 minutes tonight.
Yeah, it's crazy. He is the top plus-minus player for Orlando in the series. 7:13 to go. Inbound to Wagner. Magic with it, down by 5. Wagner switches to the left hand. Drives on Jaylen Brown. He's in pretty deep. Runs it up with the right hand and scores.
Celtics, again, playing smaller here with Al Horford at the 5, and the lack of rim protection is hurting them on these Wagner drives.
89-86. Think about Cornette here instead of Pritchard.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown dribbles to the left elbow. His jumper going to come up short. Rebound. Wagner's got it. Orlando with the ball down by 3. 6:47 to go in game 4. Banchero against Jaylen Brown. Switches to the right hand. Runs into Jaylen. Lost the ball. Tatum's got it. Another Banchero turnover. That's his 4th. Tatum, left-hand dribble into the front court. Stop and start on Carter. We'll bring it out into the corner. Tatum lines him up. Pulls up for 3. Rims out. Offensive rebound. Al Horford has a big one. Throws it out to Derek White. White going to attack the paint. Ball fake. Scoops and scores. Timeout, Jamal Mosley. On the margin, Celtics have hit the only 2 threes of the quarter. Get a big offensive rebound there, and they push the lead to 5. 6:21 to go in game 4. Boston 91, Orlando 86. On the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Boston Celtics playoff coverage on 98.5 The Sports Hub is presented by Charles D. Sheehy. Charles D. Sheehy is your local leader for pipe, valves, fittings, and mechanical products. CDS is proud to partner with the area's leading healthcare, life science, and lab contractors. Partner with CDS to keep your project on schedule.
This postseason, BetMGM, authorized gaming partner of the NBA, is making first field goal scorer wagers more exciting with Second Chance. Simply bet on any player to score the first field goal during any playoff game. If you're right, you win. But if your pick scores second instead of first, you get your stake back in cash. Grab the chance of getting your stake back at BetMGM, authorized gaming operator of the NBA. Hope is here. Call 1-800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Must be 21 plus. Massachusetts only. Existing customer offer in partnership with MGM Springfield. Play it smart from the start. Live chat at GameSenseMA.com.
Hey, small business owners, listen up. There's a team rooting for your success at Cambridge Savings Bank. They're ready to listen, understand, and support your vision every step of the way. Visit CambridgeSavings.com, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. Catches Law isn't just Boston's hometown law firm. We're your neighbors. All of our lawyers were born and raised right here in these communities. With 40 years of experience, we've fought for justice and helped thousands of Bostonians win over $2 billion. We're not just here to win cases, we're proud to give back to the neighborhoods that raised us. Visit catcheslaw.com today and book your free consultation. There's no fee unless you win.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV.
Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
It may be the happiest place on earth, but the last thing the Celtics want to do is get on a plane Wednesday and come back here for a Game 6. So they're trying to take the 3-1 lead tonight. They lead by 5, 91-86, with 6:21 to go. On a difficult night in this building, where the Celtics have played 3 games and lost all 3 in the midst of one of the greatest road seasons in NBA history. But not here in this building for a variety of reasons. And this goes back to Joe Mazzulla's first year. Orlando came in December, beat the Celtics twice. That was the Eddie House game. Eddie House calling them out. And then Eddie and I both wore the hoodies for that TV game here in January. Celtics lost that game too. They've just been the mongoose to the Celtics snake. Over the last few years, it was clear this was the team you did not want to play if you were Boston in the first round. Had no control over that. And here we are after 3 3/4 rock fights. The Celtics lead by 5 with 6:21 to go, trying to scratch and claw their way to a 3-1 lead.
And Celtics haven't won in this building, Sean, since I think it was October 2022. So that's, again, a couple of those games, they have a lot of guys in the lineup, but the Magic has just made them earn it with this core over the last couple of years, and they're putting up a good fight here tonight.
And there were bizarre games. Obviously, Tatum didn't play in either game. Nobody played that last game down here in April. It has become a difficult place for the Celtics to win. Joseph, hounded by Pritchard as he comes across half court. Joseph, high left-hand dribble, Pritchard right in front of him. Carter comes out, sets screen, ball goes to Carter, return to Joseph, going to attack the left side, knocks Pritchard away. Here comes Al Horford from behind to swat the shot into photographer's row. He saw that coming, that opportunity a mile away, and he had the fast pass, express lane to Corey Joseph, and he swatted the ball away. Shot clock down to 6. Under out of bounds. Goes into Carter, kick out, Banchero, up makes the 3, steps to the elbow, then throws to the right corner for an open 3, and Wagner misses it. Rebound Horford. They just can't rely on this team to make open shots. Celtics by 5 on the ball. Only 2 threes made in the fourth quarter, but the Celtics have made them both. That's the difference as they lead by 5. Jason Tatum, straight away against Wendell Carter. Shot clock down to 6. Tatum dribbles between his legs, gets himself in rhythm. 3 is no good. Long rebound. Al Horford just can't get there. And Orlando will get it back. Hasn't been developed into a rough shooting night for Tatum. 9 of 23, 3 of 10 from 3.
Yeah, outside of Derek White and Porzingis, no one really shooting well on the Celtics roster right now in this game, at least among the starters.
5:34 to go in the fourth. Hurts defensively, but Sam Hauser had a couple of shots. Well, this is about getting stops now, leading by 5 with 5:23 to go. Peyton Pritchard out there. Celtics going small. He punches it away from Wagner out of bounds. Magic keep it, 9 to shoot. And you can tell when this game is over, you're going to hear from Joe Mazzulla about the Peyton Pritchard defense.
Making Wagner uncomfortable, making sure he's not getting ahead of steam going to the rim because Pritchard's out there hounding him.
Did you ever think Peyton Pritchard could be this valuable in a playoff game without scoring?
No.
23 minutes. Down the right side, Joseph, jump step in the paint, kick out to the wing, Caldwell Pope waiting for the 3, and he knocks it down. Been waiting for his chance. Now he's pumped up to play defense because he made a shot. 91-89. Boston by 2. We have 5 minutes remaining right now if you're syncing up with TNT. Jason Tatum, deep on the right side. High left-hand dribble, entry, Jaylen Brown. He's in pretty deep, pump fake on Wagner, steps through, then kick to the corner for an Al Horford 3, no good. And the rebound for Banchero. Keeps it away from Derek White. Al Horford is 0 for 3. Celtics are 9 of 31 from 3. Caldwell Pope up fakes the 3. Now steps back away from Jaylen Brown, finds Wagner into the corner. Joseph, nobody wants to pull the trigger on the 3 now. They had some good looks. Joseph for Banchero against Al Horford. Shot clock at 5. Banchero enters to Wagner. Wagner turns, falls away in the baseline. Can't get it to bounce in. Offensive rebound, cleaned up, put back by Wendell Carter, and we are tied at 91.
Payne Pritchard on the ground there. He's not happy. He's looking at the refs, wondering how he can get fouled in that situation. Before that offensive rebound.
Sam Cassell barking at the officials. Well, you're not going to get any help. Celtics have it in this series from the officials, and you're not going to get help tonight. 4:15 to go in Game 4. Boston 91, Orlando 91 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
At Amica Insurance, we've been protecting New Englanders for generations, long before the first Celtics banner was raised or the iconic parquet floor was laid. For 117 years, Amica's been providing world-class service across auto, home, and life insurance. So you can count on Amica to show up for you like you show up for the Celtics. Amica Insurance, proud sponsor of the 18-time world champion Boston Celtics.
Whether you're carpooling the kids to the gym or catching a game at the Garden, those parking lots have one thing in common: Ford SUVs. Because whether you're hauling gear to practice or getting the gang together on Causeway, there's a Ford SUV that's just right for you and your crew, including the Ford Explorer with seating for up to 7 and the Bronco Sport with standard GOAT modes and 4x4 capability. Make your next stop your New England Ford dealers.
110 Grill at South Bay in Boston is the perfect place to get together with family and friends. Thanks to their award-winning allergy commitment, 100% of their main menu can be prepared gluten-free. Visit them in South Bay Center today or find another location near you. Head to 110grill.com. 110 is a proud partner of the NBA champion Boston Celtics.
All roads start with golf. The daily commute, road trips, reunions, even tip-off at TD Garden. They all start with golf. While most focus on the destination, at golf, they focus on the journey. And with the Golf Pay app, Celtics fans can score savings like 5 cents off per gallon every day, along with a fast and convenient way to pay. Golf, the official fuel partner of the Boston Celtics. It all starts here. See app for details.
the top performer with UMass Lowell's online MBA, consistently ranked among the top by U.S. News and World Report. Discover UMass Lowell's online MBA at uml.edu/online.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
It's been something in every game for the Celtics tonight. The foul trouble of Porzingis and no Drew Holiday has been enough. Celtics offense again has gotten a little stagnant. Knocked down a couple of threes, but a big one for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And we start game 4 over again. It's down to a 4-minute and 16-second game 4, tied at 91.
And Porzingis looks like out on the floor here coming out of this timeout. Last game, Joe Mazzulla waited to get Jaylen Brown back in the game of 5 fouls tonight. With the Celtics offense looking like it is, Porzingis gets a chance with 4 minutes left here.
If you had said, I remember having this conversation in December, Orlando, to me, was a worse matchup than Cleveland for the Celtics in the first round. And then Suggs got hurt, and Mo Wagner got hurt, and they didn't seem like as much of a threat. But remember, when Wagner and Banchero came back, they didn't play great. Middle of the year was disappointing after the start they had with those guys. But just from a matchup standpoint, you knew it was going to be difficult. Could the Magic cobble together some wins here without being able to shoot? They are 8 of 28 from 3, but the Celtics are only 9 of 31. No Drew Holiday. Celtics turnover number is pretty good. They just had a bad second quarter. Game that has been played on the margin is going to be decided that way. Boston ball, 4-0, no tie game. Porzingis playing with 5 fouls. Bumps into Wagner with the ball, then moves it left side of Tatum. Tatum holding it over his head. Enters to Porzingis, who reverses it up, no good, gets his own rebound and stuffs it.
And the foul.
And a foul. One of the problems being 1,000 feet from the court is that you can't hear the whistle. But Porzingis, who rushed that first shot up, ended up getting the benefit of it because he was fouled on the putback. It's on Banchero, his third.
And that was a great ATO by Joe Mazzulla because Porzingis was wide open going for the alley-oop from the weak side.
This comes with 3:58 to go, breaking the tie. Free throw is good. 3-point play. Porzingis, 18 points in just 21 minutes because of the foul trouble. 94-91. Corey Joseph moves it to Wagner against Jason Tatum. Now Carter straight away. Porzingis plays off him. Ball move to Caldwell-Pope. Derek White comes out to challenge. We want to go to Banchero. Caldwell-Pope. Guess what? Goes to Banchero against Derek White. 4 on the shot clock. Banchero, step back jumper, bounces out. Rebound, Horford deflects into Jaylen Brown. Good defense from Derek White. And the rebound for Al Horford. Celtics by 3 on the ball. Jaylen Brown spins away from Caldwell-Pope and gets fouled at the rim. And now the Celtics will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
And you haven't seen enough of this tonight, but it's Jaylen Brown at his best, getting out there in transition, strong move to the rim, and got hammered by Caldwell-Pope. But Jaylen again at the line, 7 of 8 tonight, so this is the place you want him to be in this series.
I wonder at some point, because Jaylen has changed his routine at the free throw line. He's doing the breathing now. It's working for him as he gets into the free throw. But I wonder at what point he's going to start getting the Giannis treatment at the free throw line.
Imagine it'll be someone like some team's going to have to highlight.
8, 9, 10, 11.
Don't expose him,
12. Sean. Come on. And on the 13th second, Jaylen Brown releases, hits the free throws. Celtics break the tie with 5 points to lead 96-91. 3:23 to go in game 4. Franz Wagner pressured from behind by Tatum. Jamal Mosley get a timeout. He did.
That was
just
close.
Before Tatum got there. It was really close. We'll keep it here with 3:21 to go and the Celtics leading by 5.
This has been such a fascinating back and forth series. It feels like neither of these teams have been able to get any type of real separation in these last 2 games. And for every time the Magic has run, the Celtics have responded here. And I think they've upped their level of defense here right now, Sean. It's shown on these last couple of possessions. Derek White did a great job contesting Banchero, and in the end there, a little bit of a half-court trap to throw Wagner on his heels a little bit.
Two years ago, a Game 5 or Game 4 win in Atlanta on a Sunday afternoon. Last year, a Game 4 win on a Monday night in Miami. Tonight, the Celtics trying for the third year in a row to win Game 4 on the road by taking a 3-1 lead. The year before, they won Game 4 on the road to close out the Nets. A game that was surpassed only by the Kyrie Irving press conference that followed.
That series feels like a lifetime ago now.
It certainly does. 3 years ago when the Celtics swept the Nets, had the great series with Milwaukee, ending with the Grant Williams Game 7. Corey Joseph struggling getting the ball in bounds.
Oh, wow.
Delay of game warning against Horford, and the Celtics already had one earlier, so it's a technical. And Mark Davis is saying that Al Horford was standing too close on the inbound. So the Celtics have been charged a free throw here on 2 delay of game warnings, plus that ridiculous transition take foul earlier, and Orlando's gotten 2 extra points out of it.
Could be a long pool report tonight, Sean.
This with 3:21 to go. 96-92. Joseph bounces the inbound of Banchero. Banchero moving to his right, has Horford in front of him. Banchero 10-28 tonight. Banchero spins on Horford, kicks to the corner. Wendell Carter up fakes the 3. Porzingis has 5 fouls. Carter goes at him, but he misses the shot in close, and Tatum has the rebound, his 14th of Game 4. We hit 3 minutes remaining right now if you're syncing up. 96-92. Tatum dribbles behind his back, attacks Banchero on the left side. Throws the shoulder into him. Tatum, step back, squares, hits. Celtics by 6. 98-92. 2:44 to go in Game 4. 30 for Tatum. Wagner into the front court. Do they have enough fireworks offensively? Step back 3, no good. Rebound Derek White. And the Celtics inching closer now. Joe Mazzulla begging the Celtics to race it into the front court. Jason Tatum moves to the left side against Banchero. Boston by 6. Tatum switches to the left hand. Step back 3 in the air. No good, but Banchero fouled him. All series long, the Magic have just fouled the Celtics over and over again, but that was by design. The fouls that they don't plan on are the killers. Banchero easily could have been called for a flagrant getting under the landing space of Tatum in Game 3. Here he tries to go by him, but knocks him down while shooting the 3. Tatum animated here with Tyler Ford. And I guarantee you, again, we're 1,000 feet away, but I promise you, included in this conversation is Tatum's frustration with Banchero getting in his landing spot in Game 3. All this comes with 2:19 to go. I assume they're going to challenge. And they are.
And it looked like, I think it was Mosley that was getting into it with Tatum a little bit over there while they're discussing the review. They were having words when there's a big crowd over in front of the Orlando bench, John. No love lost here.
Banchero was moving to his left, to his right. He stuck the right hand out. I don't know if he made contact with the hand of Tatum, but he certainly went into his shoulder and knocked him backwards on the follow-through.
Yeah, looks like plenty of contact up top.
I'm not sure there was as much contact as there was on Hardaway at the end of the Knicks game today, but this is going to be a tough one to overturn. I still think if you're Jamal Mosley, you got to go for it here. Right. You need this challenge because of the game situation. You're down 6 with 2:19 to go, and if you win the challenge, then Tatum doesn't get the 3 free throws. If Tatum goes to the line, makes all 3 free throws, it's going to be tough for Orlando to come from 9 points down with their offense and 2:19 to go. Every series has his signature game. This one has been unfolding that way from the start. Officials are done looking at it. They are all talking about it here. Andy Nagy, Tyler Ford, and the crew chief Mark Davis, who we will hear from shortly. In fact, we will hear from him now.
Upon review, it has been determined that although there was some hand-to-hand contact after the ball was released, there was illegal contact to left shoulder of Tatum prior to him returning to the floor. Therefore, this is an unsuccessful challenge and a foul. Tatum will shoot 3 free throws.
That seems like the right call. Tatum 7 for 7 from the line tonight. I don't believe, and I'm right when I say it, he has not missed a free throw since he went 0 for 4 in game 1.
Not bad of a bruised wrist.
Made 19 in a row.
And it looks like he's getting his ankle taped up on the bench right now, so Paulo again on that foul came under him there. They didn't call the flagrant for it, but he certainly landed uncomfortably trying to flex it out on the bench with his trainer Nick saying over there.
It's going to be really interesting to talk to somebody who was in the midst of this. Planning on having a short conversation with Derek White here if the Celtics hang on. Jason Tatum gets the first free throw. And it's gotten very quiet in here. As the reality beginning to settle in is the Magic have been so physical, defending, mugging, scratching, clawing. They can't do anything here at the free throw line but watch Jason Tatum shoot. He has hit the first 2. Third one is in the air and good, and the Magic are up against it now. 101-92. An 11-1 run for the Celtics after the Magic came back to tie it. 2:13 to go. Banchero turns down the right side, runs towards Porzingis, smart, and he scores off the glass. Porzingis pulled away, didn't want to foul out. Banchero, 29 points on 29 shots. 101-94. Celtics by 7. Derek White, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Bounce pass for Tatum. Tatum against Franz Wagner, minute 45 to go. Tatum lines him up, ducks the shoulder, attacks, stop and start, switches to the right hand, and he misses the layup that would have put it away. Orlando clings to life. Lead for Banchero. Spins on Horford, rises, scoops, blocked, and Horford comes up with another one. Al Horford has made play after play on the defensive end here in Game 4. Derek White, pressure to the backcourt. Ball slapped away. Derek White, was he knocked down? Is it an 8-second call? What are we doing here? 8-second violation. And Joe Mazzulla is wild at Tyler Ford right now. He's saying Derek White got fouled and knocked down, which is why he didn't get across in 8 seconds. And the Magic are clinging, and I mean clinging, to this game. A lifeline they are barely hanging on to, down by 7 with 85 seconds to go. Franz Wagner into the front court. Jaylen Brown pulls away. Ball moved to Banchero. Taking 30 shots tonight. Banchero moving to his left to the free throw line. Banchero fumbles it, and Al Horford grabs it off the floor. He can't hang on to it. Carter picks it up, trying to move it down low to Banchero. It bounces off him out of bounds, and the Celtics get it back with 68 seconds to go.
Looks like a pinball machine down there going back and forth, but Orlando taking their time but couldn't come up with it.
They have young, talented players, but they cannot score when they need to score. The Magic do their job. They hold the Celtics off the three-point line again. It does look like it's going to be enough tonight. Pritchard hounded in the backcourt as the ball deflected by Wagner out of bounds. Celtics get it here with 1:06 to go, leading by 7. Tatum. And Celtics have 5 seconds to get it across, so he'll throw it to the front court to Derek White. Derek White, jump pass for Jaylen Brown straight away. Brown zips into the corner. Al Horford, long two, no good. Offensive rebound. Peyton Peyton Pritchard, kick out to Jaylen Brown, and the clock bleeds. The Magic dry. 49, 48, 47 seconds to go in game 4. Tatum hounded and fouled by Caldwell Pope, and Tatum will walk to the free throw line with a chance to seal game 4. And he had some words for Kentavious Caldwell Pope too. Double technicals.
What a monster rebound by Peyton Pritchard right there before that sequence, Sean. Al Horford getting up the open three from the corner, and Pritchard being the only one there crashing the glass, saving the possession, and hoping put this game away.
First free throw is good. For 4 games, the Orlando Magic have done exactly what they wanted to do. They've made it a rock fight, but they found themselves going head-to-head with a team that has a better slingshot. Tatum hits the free throw. Celtics have their largest lead, up by 9. Magic fans head for the exits. Hoping against hope as Banchero drives and scores that their team could save them one final home game on Thursday night by winning Game 5 in Boston. Peyton Pritchard gets across half court. The margin is 7. Magic will foul to try to extend the game. Nope. Timeout came from Joe Mazzulla before the foul. Grit. The Celtics have not missed on the closeout. They didn't miss it in Brooklyn in 2022. They didn't miss out last year against Miami or Cleveland in Game 5 or Indiana in Game 4. But this is a situation where, as feel-good a moment as this is, to finally get a win in this building, to take the 3-1 lead, the urgency with which the Celtics played those Game 5s last year in the first round against Miami, particularly, I'll never forget Al Horford's urgency against Cleveland in Game 5. Celtics got to wrap this thing up on Tuesday night.
Without a doubt. And they know that, and they've kind of treated that all year long, learning from those lessons 2 years ago about how they gave up that Game 5 against the Hawks. But you saw it in this game, though. 91-91 with 4 minutes left. Celtics hold them to 5 points for the Magic in these last 4 minutes here. They're winning. They're doing this with defense, and like you said, they can do a rock fight too.
And it's like one of those kaleidoscopes where the colors change. All the Orlando fans in their blue T-shirts headed for the exits, and you are left with a sea of green scattered throughout the building. Jason Tatum, a 35-point game 4. Inbound, in safe to Derek White. Return to Tatum. Magic out the foul. They're not doing it yet. Tatum gets rid of it to Al Horford. There's the foul with 27.2.
Celtics 26 of 28 at the line tonight, John.
The percentage is great. But to see 28 and now 30 free throw attempts when Orlando's had 20, you win that margin. Turnovers are basically even. Orlando kept the three-pointers close. To their credit, they kept the shooting numbers close. But the Celtics were +7 on the glass, and that's with Porzingis only playing 22 minutes tonight because of foul trouble.
Yeah, huge double-doubles from Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Both those guys have been huge on the glass all series long as they needed it against this Magic team.
Tatum's free throws are good. I got him with 16 in the fourth quarter. 37 for the game. Margin is 9. Wagner races around Tatum, who pulls away. Wagner scores easily. 105-98. Ball slapped away from Pritchard. Celtics just have to get it in bounds. See if Orlando's going to foul here. Delay the inevitable. Another memorable night on the postseason road for the Celtics. They've won finesse games, they've won shooting games, now they've won the rock fights. Peyton Pritchard escapes to the front court, puts in the hands of Al Horford. The Magic, for no reason, are going to extend the game. Carter gives the foul on Horford, but our business here is completed with 11 seconds to go on the Celtics leading by 7.
And Al Horford, only 4 points, 6 rebounds in this game. His footprints or fingerprints were all over this game. Defensively, energy-wise, handling winners, Wagner, Banchero, he was everywhere all night.
Celtics playoff basketball brought to you by Amica, the exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the Celtics as the chase for Banner 19 continues. Make sure you visit Amica.com today to get a quote on award-winning insurance. Al Horford gets the free throws, and Jamal Mosley's calling a timeout. Good luck with that one. With a 9-point margin and 11.5 to go, our hardest working player of the game brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Engineered for efficiency, comfort, and ease. Bosch Power Tools, built to keep workers going at full strength. Bosch Power Tools, what hard workers deserve. When he was drafted, if you were to suggest that Peyton Pritchard could play 26 minutes in a playoff game without scoring, grabbing 1 rebound, and be one of the most valuable players and an integral part of a Celtics playoff victory on the road, people would have said you were insane. That's exactly what happened tonight.
It's been a remarkable progression, just his entire career with this team. And now to go from 6-man, he obviously made a pretty big impact at points in last year's playoffs, but his playing time diminished as they went further. I don't think that's going to be the case this year, Sean, and nights like this is the reason why.
Be interesting to see what kind of effort you get from the Magic Tuesday night. Late night game in Boston. Crowd will be fueled.
Yes.
By the time the game tips at 8:40, 8:45 on Tuesday night, as the Celtics go for the closeout. As important as this game was, it ratcheted up a level with the Knicks win in Detroit today. Knicks up 3-1 on the other half of the bracket. And we are 1 win away on each side from that inevitable meeting between the Celtics and the Knicks that did not happen last year. Boston and New York had not met beyond the first round in 41 years. Franz Wagner will trigger it in to Banchero. Final 10 seconds here of game number 4. Banchero launches a 3. It's no good. Jaylen Brown's got the rebound. Orlando will not foul. 2 years ago, the Celtics went to Atlanta and won game 4 to take a 3-1 lead. Last year, they went to Miami and won game 4 to take a 3-1 lead. Tonight, the third time is the charm, and the Celtics will go back to Boston trying to close it out on Tuesday night. They take a 3-1 lead. Again, they beat the Orlando Magic by a final of 107-98. Back with more on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Today's game doesn't start with the tip-off. It starts off the court with all the work you put in. Putting in reps, putting out goals just to crush them, putting the doubters in their place, and putting together the right team so you can take what's yours. When you get ready, you stay ready to earn another W, because preparation is everything, on the court and off.
Mass Mutual is committed to helping all women plan, protect, and grow their financial futures. Learn more at massmutual.com/stay ready.
DraftKings has the tools to help you play within your limits. Don't budge on your budget. With the options to set time limits and deposit limits, schedule time away from play, manage your payment methods, and keep track of your recent stats. You'll have all the tools to create a winning game plan. Because when it comes to betting, it's more fun when it's for fun. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rg.draftkings.com for more info.
Some vehicles are simply made. Cadillac vehicles are made to be iconic, and whether that's being made to be vibrant in an all-electric Lyriq, made to be epic in a luxurious Escalade, or made to be thrilling with the dynamic performance of CT4 and CT5, Cadillac is always made to be bold. This is Cedric Maxwell, and I can tell you that icons aren't just born, they're made. Visit your New England Cadillac dealer, the exclusive luxury vehicle of the 18-time world champion Boston Celtics. And me, Cedric Maxwell.
Postseason dunks, threes, buzzer beaters. There's so much NBA happening. I gotta keep up.
Whoa, take it easy there. There's a better way to NBA. All playoffs long.
Wait, really?
With the NBA app, you get real-time stats and scores for every playoff matchup. Witness playoff drama as it unfolds.
Wait, seriously?
Catch every bucket all in one place, all for free.
Where have you been all my life?
There's a better way to NBA. Download the app today. Available on the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Tatum working behind Jaylen Brown. He's got a pretty good look at a 3. Takes it and makes it.
Yeah, big mistake by Anthony Black there. Did not get out there on the switch on Tatum. Took advantage.
And Tatum was a half-second late and reacting almost shocked that he actually had an open three. Celtics went 9 of 31 for three, a recipe for disaster for the Celtics throughout the last couple of years. But tonight, it was enough as they beat the Orlando Magic 107-98 to take a 3-1 lead in the series. Thanks to Kelly's Roast Beef, they're donating $33 to one mission, helping kids fight cancer for every three the Celtics make. Home of the original three-way. Kelly's Roast Beef, proud to be local, always original. We'll wrap it next in the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
As your warm weather fun gets into full swing, Shaw's and Star Market is saving you time and money. Just download the Shaw's Deals and Delivery app to do your grocery shopping online. Right now, you'll get $30 off your first online order over $75. That's right. Use the code SAVE30 and enjoy $30 off your first order. Plus, free curbside pickup or delivery right to your door will be ready in as soon as 30 minutes. Shaw's and Star Market. Save time. Shop online.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
You ready for the Celtics season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want your kids to love something,
Big game for the Celtics tonight.
it's important to start them young. That's why Amica Insurance and the Celtic Shamrock Foundation are teaming up to improve access to early childhood education across New England so that the next generation gets the start they deserve. Amica Insurance is a proud sponsor of the 18-time world champion Boston Celtics.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth. Feeling smooth. Who said that? It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw. So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then? Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Tatum lines him up, pulls up for three, rims out. Offensive rebound. Al Horford has a big one. Throws it out to Derek White. White going to attack the paint. Ball fake, scoops and scores. Timeout, Jamal Mosley. Al Horford was great in this game. Peyton Pritchard was great in this game. Jason Tatum, 37. Sean Grande, Brian Robb back in Orlando with the Celtics have taken a 3-1 series lead with a 107-98 win over the Orlando Magic. This game was tied with 4 minutes to go. And through 4 games in this series, Brian, the Magic have largely played the way they've wanted to, but the Celtics can play that style better.
They can, and they've had to deal with plenty of adversity. No Drew Holiday again tonight. Porzingis in foul trouble. 3-point shots aren't going down, but this team can play defense with the best of them. And so they showed that again down the stretch. 91-91 game. Porzingis comes back in. Magic scores 7 points down the stretch.
Signs of life from Porzingis. Signs of life from Sam Hauser. That could be big. Not so much tonight, but looking ahead to a Game 5 on Tuesday. No team has been able to keep the Celtics under wraps, particularly from 3, as long as Orlando has. If the Celtics have one game in them with the floodgates finally open, maybe Tuesday night is it.
You'd think so. They're certainly due from three-point range. I did like, though, how much they attacked down low. They got 32 free throws in this game. They're taking what the Magic give them on the interior. So if the Orlando has to adjust to that, I expect the three-point shooting to come.
All right, get a nap in on Tuesday. We're going late. 8 o'clock start on the network. Then at 8:30, Game 5 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals as the Celtics again go for the closeout. They go on the road. They get Game 4 tonight by a final of 107-98 to take a 3-1 lead heading into Game 5 Tuesday night in Boston. Cedric Maxwell will be back with me then. In the meantime, we'll talk to Sean Silver.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Nice to hear you, B. Rob. Nice to always hear you, Sean. And, of course, a happy birthday to Cedric Maxwell's mom celebrating a 90th. I'm looking for the little things tonight after a game like this. Big picture is muddled. It's been a murky, mucky kind of series so far. But, the little things really stand out, and that's what put the Celtics apart from the Orlando Magic. Not just their talent, but their ability to be at the right place at the right time and make the plays that matter to pull out a win like this one, 107-98 over the Magic to take a, some might say, commanding 3-1 series lead. With that win, Piantadosi will be donating another $109. Throughout the playoffs, Piantadosi is donating $109 for every Celtics win and 1,000 pounds of bread to Bread of Life in Malden. You can find their famous French bread, rolls, and subs at your local grocery store. That's Piantadosi. Celtics 107-98 winners over the Magic, holding them south of 100 again. It's been that kind of series. We'll be back to talk about this one a little more on the BetMGM 98.5 The Sports Hub, Celtics Radio Network.
Boston Celtics playoff coverage on 98.5 The Sports Hub is presented by Charles D. Sheehy. Charles D. Sheehy is your local leader for pipe, valves, fittings, and mechanical products. CDS is proud to partner with the area's leading healthcare. Charles D. Sheehy. Charles D. Sheehy is your local leader for pipe, valves, fittings, and mechanical products. CDS is proud to partner with the area's leading healthcare.
off at the right time, man.
The Celtics are brought to you by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and presenting sponsor of the Celtics Radio Network. Please bet responsibly. Amica Insurance, your New England Ford dealers, UMass Lowell, Cambridge Savings Bank, Comcast Business, Bosch Tools, Kelly's Roast Beef, Catches Law, your New England Chevy dealers, Live Nation, Gulf Oil, Charles D. Sheehy, and by Ticketmaster.
Pritchard shovel back to Porzingis. Having a trail three. Got it. Boston by 14. Kyrie forces one out. Blocked by Porzingis again. Pritchard, half court. It's in the air. He got it. He did it again. Peyton Pritchard did